lovely as well. This is just the most cutest little putty cats on there. Most cutest, that's terrible English. If you would like to get these, you get the really beautiful lining as well. And I love that Sue's give us that, the white on white, because that looks absolutely exquisite. Not just any old lining, don't you know? You've got the zips, and of course you've got the fabric. £15.99 is your price. 409242 is your item number with those. Now, next is your lovely cable tidies. The cable tidies, again, are really handy, just as these are, because how many of us have tons and tons of cables? How many of us have cables all twisted up? Then they're just a mess, quite frankly, and it's just annoying. Like mine, I keep mine next to boiler. So when boiler broke last week or whenever it were, literally, I forgot though. I forgot to, you know, my rubbish cupboard is next to the boiler. So poor plumber had to come to have a look at that, and I forgot. So all the rubbish, so we had to move. And you know when it's like, oh no, what is in there? And obviously 5 million cables. And then, you know, I'll tell you what else we're in, which is just random. You know the water bowls, you know the little bowls, but then you put in water and they expand? Packs and packs of them. Yeah, the little aqua bees, that's it. I was like, why have I got them in there? Loads of batteries. And I keep them so I don't know if they're new or if they're old, because I never know. So, oh, poor bloke. He had to, oh. But anyway, cable tidy, that would have been good, because that would have saved a lot of hassle for the poor plumber. If you do, honestly, it would have been so thoughtful. You've got a room there to put your plug in as well, and then all the elastic, so you can put them away neatly. So they're not going to get all tangled or even ruined because you've scrunched them up. Now, you have got your choices. So again, you've got gorgeous Herbie. You have got your hook and loop fastening, so it does mean it's nice and secure. Then it's a strong one as well. Let me put there. You're also getting your interfacing and you're getting your wadding, so it keeps it, and you can see it keeps it nice and firm there. So you've got Herbie, you've got the denim, which again will go with everything. But I think with these, I mean, with these ones, you can just use any, can't you? It's just whichever one you fancy. You don't have to worry about what you're wearing. You've then got your Love to Sew, which is just really, really pretty. And again, brilliant gift ideas. We've then got on the other side, you've got your full instructions, again to size. You've then got the lovely little cats. Oh, the lovely little dogs. Oh, and then outer space. And then the favourites. Which is one, and it is lovely because the way it shines, and 2/3 of the stock has gone there. Okay, if you do want these, only £9.99. I mean, it's such a good price. It's a really, really nice kit. You've got everything you need, saving £3. And of course, you do get the pattern, so it means you can create this again and again and again. 520653 is your item number. Now, Dessous!
Well, first thing we do is iron the interfacing.
Yes.
It's the shiny side of the interface into the wrong side of the lining. Just get that done.
Okay, okay.
So then we'll make the pocket. Now all I've done, I'm just going to sew along the long edges. So just literally sew along. Now, if you wanted to, you could actually put a zip in which case you'd put the zip in now between the two
Right, okay.
So just a matter of choice. I don't feel that it needs a zip.
Yeah.
So then we turn.
No, I don't.
A trick, if you press where you've stitched, it helps to seal the stitching.
Ah, really?
So, yeah. Yeah.
That's a good tip.
Yeah. It just helps to seal your stitching, because the heat from the iron.
Yeah.
I know it's cotton and cotton, but it has like a bonding to it.
I didn't know that. What, you're a minefield of information, is that the expression?
I'm not saying it's always useful, but turn it right side out. And then press your seams. Press that nice and flat. And then we're just going to top stitch on one edge. And that is going to be, I mean, on this it doesn't matter. But if you were doing the dogs, it would be at the top of the dog's heads, so that it's facing in the right direction.
Yeah, okay.
So what I'm going to do now is just do a row of top stitching along here. The machine doesn't like that bit, so we'll move him. Go across.
This material's lovely. And because
It's nice to work with as well.
I'm just going to say, because it's cotton, it's like, even though it's sparkly, it's not going to be funny to work with.
I mean, you can just see it with the angle, but it's just that tiny, but it's so soft.
Yeah, it's proper lovely.
Right, now then, we've got the lining. Now, there's a trick to this. Say if you're doing all the measurement, get your paper pattern.
Yeah.
And put your paper pattern by the side. Because I've done all the measuring.
Cool.
So there's no need for you to do it.
Yeah,
but this is just an easy way of doing it. It tells you pocket bottom, so just line that up. Pop a pin in it so that it won't move. Because we want it nice and straight. Yeah, the first one I did, I was measuring, and then I thought, hang on, there's an easy way of doing this. So right, now what we're going to do, I'm just going to sew that bottom row. Now what I'm going to do on here is, I'm going to do 2 rows, because, you know, that's going to have quite a bit of stress. So let's just start it off.
Because this is the pocket for your plugs and bits and bobs, isn't it? And it looks nice with a double stitch as well, doesn't it?
Pardon?
Looks pretty.
Yes.
Your double stitch.
Oh, it does. I mean, if you think about it, when you go into a store, when we can, and buy a bag or anything, a purse, whatever, it's got top stitching. So if you do top stitching, it's making it look really professional.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's also nice, it's decorative.
Yeah. And like when you say, it's functional as well, though, isn't it?
When you're doing top stitching, I like to do a minimum of size 3 on my needle.
Right.
Because generally when you're top stitching, you are, I mean, on this one, I'm actually going through 6 layers.
Wow.
Because I've got the lining, the interfacing, I've got the lining in the main pocket, plus where I've folded it over.
Right, wow, yeah, of course. Yeah, so your needle needs to be able to handle it.
That's right, and then just baste down the side of the edges. Now, with basting, all it is, it's just a row of stitching, and that's the largest stitch your machine will do, or you can tack it.
Okay.
And the only reason we're doing this, it's just so we hold the pocket in place. Just run it off. Do the same with the other side. It just means that when you're putting it all together, your pocket's not going to be moving. And it doesn't have to be, it's just rough. So don't worry that it's got to be perfectly straight, because you're not going to see it, you're only using it just to secure.
Beautiful.
So right, we've now got that. So what we've got is the back with the pocket. So on the top here now, we've got the hook and loop. When I find it, hook and loop. Now, it doesn't matter which way you have it. There's not a right and a wrong way. It's just a matter of choice.
Right, okay.
So the easiest way to think about it, that is going to be, for people that like the visual side, that will go like that, right? So this is going to come across, and that will go over. So you know you've got to sew on this side.
Of course.
So there again, you can cheat. Get your paper pattern, lay it on the top, fold it back to where I've put the loop tape. You've got your crease, just line it up in the middle, and that's the easy way of doing it.
Good cheat, Sue, I like that.
Yeah, but I mean, I know some people, they're frightened. If they're measuring, it's not going to be straight, or there's going to be something. So by doing it this way, I've already done it.
And this is the thing, isn't it? You save loads of time.
Oh, yes.
You save loads of faff.
Oh, yeah. And the other thing is, with your patterns, what I would do, so you've always got a neat pattern, I would trace it. Just put a piece of greaseproof paper on the top and trace it. Yes. I mean, if you've got a photocopy, then that's easier still. Yeah. But if not, piece of greaseproof paper, because the more you use your pattern, you're going to put holes in it. Yeah, they've got to get beaten eventually. That's it. So this way, you're keeping your original pattern nice and prestige, So I like to just go along the top twice, but that's just me being awkward. So then trim the edge off and the back, get your threads out the way.
With your hook and loop, do you have to put a fair few rows of stitching in there?
It's a matter of choice. I mean, on these, I generally only put one, but I put two on the top one because that's the one that's going to get all the... Just a matter of choice.
Yeah.
Some people actually zigzag it.
Right, yeah.
I like to do a straight stitch.
Yeah.
So we've done that. So the next bit, you can actually sew that on while you're playing around. So again, if you fold it all together, so you know you're doing it right, turn it over so you know it's got to go on this side.
Yeah.
I mean, on the pattern, I've got pictures so you can see exactly, and it tells you, put it onto where to sew it. Again, cheat, use your pattern, fold it forward, put your hook and loop in line, and that's it.
Perfect. I like that. So this is why your patterns are good.
It's
You've thought of stuff. And this is it. If you're investing in our Sue's patterns, I'd love to hear from you actually. If you've got Sue's goodies before, maybe send us pictures, tell us how easy they were to follow. We would, how many minutes? 12.5 minutes, tons of time. Get those emails sent in, studio@hochanda.com. And
nice to see what people have done.
Yeah.
And once they've made it up, and then they'll make it again in a different fabric of their choice.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's lovely.
It's nice seeing the different options in it that they've done.
I've got a few customers who regularly email me pictures. Oh, this is the so-and-so bag, Sue. You know, this is what I've just... And it is really nice.
Yeah. Well, it shows they've got into it and wanted to do it again and again.
Some
it's
of them
lovely.
Some of them will text me a picture and say, do you think this fabric will go well in that bag or whatever? You know.
You've become a bit of an advisor as well.
Yeah.
So.
No charge.
I'm just going to let people know, sorry lovely Sue, I'm going to let people know the solar is approaching limited stock. So if you do want that, if you do want that, that's your solar. It's now approaching limited stock. That's the one with that beautiful shine. I mean, look at it. It's ace. It just captures the light. £9.99 is your price. You've got everything in there, including that fabulous pattern that Sue's working off, that you'll be able to work off again and again and again and again to make it dead easy, so you don't have to do any measuring. Boom. 520653 is your item number. Back to Sue.
Now, next thing, we'll put the elastic on. Again, if you line your pattern up, I've already marked the elastics. So just mark the top, use the top as your guide. And I do suggest just sticking a pin in, just to hold that level.
Okay.
Now, I picked up a piece of elastic, I haven't trimmed it, so, and all I'm going to do is on the edge, just into place. That's all.
Cool.
So now, just pull it across, pop the pin in here, do the other. I mean, you'll probably just cut yours, but I just cut a piece of elastic off this morning, or last night.
Yeah.
So you're only holding it again. Now, I haven't put that as a basting stitch because I didn't want that, so then just cut the edge off, lay it back down again, line it up, put your next piece on, and we'll just stitch that into place now.
Amazing.
It comes together so quick. I mean, when I designed it, I wasn't sure how long it was going to take.
Yeah. It seems like a really good, quick make.
Oh, it is. And, you know, these would be great when you've got that person that's got everything.
Yes.
So they haven't got one of these.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, presents. I mean, there's so many things that you do that are good for gifts.
You know, everybody nowadays has got a mobile phone, haven't they?
Yeah.
And you always need a plug.
Yeah.
Because you can guarantee you can, you go anywhere, you can never find that plug.
Oh, tell me about it. It drives me nuts.
So now we've just got to do the elastics. Now you can fold it and just mark it so you know where the centre is, but I'm going to put in the middle and then just do probably measure the centre and then go slightly in, because don't forget you're going to use a bit here, because that's where your binding's going to be. And then all I do, and I haven't altered the stitch on my sewing machine, it's still got the regular stitch that it comes automatically when I switch it on. Move it across so you know it's nice and level.
I am just going to tell everyone the solar has gone. That has sold out. Everyone's favourite, quite frankly. The solar one, sorry, that has gone. £9.99. Oh, our Moll's holding out her hands. Are you ready, Moll? Whack. Oh, wait. Oh. Hey, well done, she caught it.
Catch time.
I don't know if she'll like that.
It's good if it wasn't heavy.
I tell you what, Sue, with the denim one, that'd look nice with a plique on as well, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you could do, or if you could embroider the initials on.
It's one of them you can really do. I like stuff like that because you can do stuff with it. Like even like your top stitch. I'd like the top stitch in red. In a contrasting colour.
Right. I mean, you can personalise these yourselves. It's so easy. And again, or I'll tell you what I'd do it in as well. A really bright lime green.
Oh, yeah, that'd look nice.
Something that would really show up. Yeah. You just got to remember that your top stitching's got to be very good and very even.
Yeah, dodgy top stitching. Or do a wobbly one on purpose.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Or do a zigzag.
Yeah, just go zigzag. Zigzag or go home.
I've attached all the elastic, and all I'm doing now, I'm just going along and getting rid of all my cotton threads, and that's only because I like to do it as I go.
Oh, you do, don't you? I forgot. You like it's nice and neat.
Yeah, but it's so much easier to do it as you go along.
Yeah. Well, I suppose as well, it makes it like, I bet at the end of a project, if you don't, you're bound to leave some, aren't you? And then you give it to someone, it's like,
yes.
Oh, look at this.
So then, if you lay down and down, all we've got to do now is the binding. Now, the bias binding, you'll have 2 pieces, cross them over, and give a little bit of a gap each side, because what we're going to do, just pop a pin just to hold it, and we're going to sew from that corner across to this one.
Cool.
So let's just line that up.
We've got about 6 minutes, I see.
Right, okay.
Are you back today at all?
No, I've just got one show today, but I'm back on Easter Monday.
Yes.
6 o'clock. No, 5 o'clock and 9 o'clock.
Excellent.
On the evening, not morning.
Yeah, to the end at scale.
That's it. So we just chop the end off.
Marvellous.
Yeah, open it out. Now just put a quick iron on there so you can finger press it, but if you want a nice neat, just pop the iron on. That's it.
Marvellous.
Then you've got to do your binding. Now I have got one of Hayley's. Yep, it's here. These are superb.
Oh, is that a little bindy thing?
Yeah, they are brilliant.
Amazing.
Everything's, you've got various sizes. They are superb. So with your binding, now the easiest way of doing this, just fold it in half.
Yeah.
And press along.
Okay.
Now this is only really, if you haven't got one of those, then I'll show you how to do it.
Wonderful.
Just fold it down.
And this is just from your material, so you've got enough to make your binding as well.
Yeah.
Then. Marvellous.
Oh yes, you cut the on the cutting out instructions, which is on the top of your pattern on the layout. It tells you to cut to I don't know whether it's 3 or 4 centimetres. So just lay your fabric out as you would ordinarily. Cut the 2 narrow bits off the top, which I tell you,
Cool.
and then put them to the side because that's your binding.
Boom. Easy.
So now you know where the centre is. If you are going to do an ordinary binding without the machine, just fold it in. You've already found the centre, and you're just going to get that centre point. I'm not going to mess around with it because time. And that is how you make your own bias binding.
Oh, fabulous. See, that's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Also, we've had a lovely call from Geraldine. She actually phoned in as well.
Oh, morning, Geraldine.
Oh, lovely. And
Slippers.
She said, is that what she's got?
Slippers. She has made, I don't know how many pairs of slippers.
Amazing. Geraldine, well, she loves them. She says they're wonderful. Thank you, Geraldine. She
Thank
said
you.
they're beautiful. That's what she said. Geraldine, that's so sweet. I love that you rang as well. But, yeah, so Geraldine does the slippers. Your slippers are ace, I remember them coming on.
Yeah, the fleece lined, the fleece slippers. I will be bringing them back later on in the year when it's getting ready
cold
for the warm.
again.
I mean, I wear mine all the time. They are lovely. I even wear them in the garden.
Yeah, yeah,
You know.
yeah. Well, I think that because you can dump them in wash, you will
Well,
do,
that's
won't
it.
you?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
But
Geraldine, the fan of the slipper.
yeah. Oh,
Thank
she
you,
loves
Geraldine.
the slippers. She hadn't put a zip in before.
Ah, really?
When I did the sewing case,
Yeah.
when I put the zip in, she picked it up from there.
Wow,
She
that's
watched
amazing.
it on Rewind and
oh my
yeah,
gosh.
because it was just showing you how to put a zip in rather than telling you how to do it.
Yeah, that is
So,
absolutely incredible. So she learnt that just from one of your
Yes,
shows.
that's right.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you,
Now I
Geraldine.
know
It's
time,
lovely to hear from you.
so
We've got about, what did you say, mister? About 2 minutes.
right, okay.
Please,
what we
Asu.
would do now, I would normally baste around the edge, but for time, and then go to the line it all up. I mean, if it's based, it will be lined up, and then open the binding. Leave a bit on the top here. Let me just move the iron out of the way. So I've left a little gap, only, I don't know, it's probably about 1/4 of an inch. Now, fold that back. Just fold that bit back. Because what we're going to do, see, you'll have that little bit on the end there. And then what we do is we literally sew all the way round. Because you've got an edge, I mean, if you're using your sewing machine, you've got your edge on your sewing machine, and I've just done mine on a 1/4 inch, I think it was, yeah. Line it up. Well, 1/4 inch is 8. I had to think what it was on this machine. Now, ordinarily, I would use my walking foot, but it doesn't matter. So I've lined it up. And then keep it in line.
Got about
Fold.
a minute, Asu.
Right, well, I'm not
we've got
going to do all
50
this.
seconds.
I'm just going to stop it, just so that I can show you.
Okay.
And then, imagine you've gone all the... Oh, I didn't do the top bit. You've got to machine that bit first, sorry. Fold it over, and then you've got that really nice edge.
Oh, lovely. Yeah.
Yeah, what I should have done is just put right sides together and just stitched across the top. I forgot that bit.
Okay. But it's in instructions, isn't it?
Well, it is, yes. I just wanted to show you how to do that top bit of binding.
Amazing. Thank you. So we've got seconds left. Everybody, please check your baskets out, because remember, once these kits are gone, they're gone. So we'll see you on Easter.
Yes, see you Easter Monday.
Easter Monday. Have a safe journey home.
Yes,
so thank you.
Have a
ever
good
so
day,
much.
everyone.
Bye-bye, folks.
Bye.
Coming up next, coffee beans and coffee machines. It looks ace over there. There's all sorts occurring. We've then got Ross Papercraft and Mud Earth, and then Arts Findlay. Oh, that sounds interesting. Lovely day.
Hi, I'm Charmaine from Dolly Dimples, and I've been crafting since I was a little girl, and I have a massive passion for anything crafty related. Dolly Dimples is a fictional character in Dolly Dimples Town. There's whimsical characters, fantasy characters, mythical characters. There's so much going on, so much happening in Dolly Town, and it's a fun place to be in. Our products are all hand-drawn, That makes them quite unique because you've got that quirkiness about them. We have decoupage, backing papers, we have templates for 3D objects, stencils in the mix, we have dies and lots of other things coming to you soon. Make sure you tune in for the Dolly Dimple shows on Hochanda and have some fun.
Hello, I'm Hayley, and you might have seen me presenting here at Hochanda. Well, I've always been an avid crafter behind the scenes and have been given the opportunity to share some of my favourite products with you in a monthly show called Handmade by Hayley. I'll be covering lots of areas of soft crafts like quilting, dressmaking, sewing, knitting, even printing your own fabrics. I'll even be bringing some items from my own Handmade by Hayley range. So I hope you'll join me, let me inspire you, and maybe you will discover a new craft in the process.
Exciting news! For the 5th year in a row, Hochanda has been awarded the top accolade of Platinum Trusted Service Award from Feefo. These awards recognise businesses that deliver exceptional experiences as rated by you, our customers, and we're honoured to have been selected. The Trusted Service Award means you can shop with confidence, based on the reviews from over 60,000 Hochanda customer experiences. Thank you for your independent reviews. It means a lot to us.
Hi, I'm John Lockwood from John Next Door and Crafts 2. I've been with Hochanda since the very beginning, and I've been crafting a lot longer than that. My crafting journey's taken me through all different types of crafting, from stamping and die cutting to colouring and inking, and loads of different things. I designed the brand myself to make sure that every product that comes out to you is the best quality, has an individual design, and also is versatile. I like everything to match, so if you've got a product from the very beginning of the John Next Door brand, it will match with something that you buy right up to the minute. Everything working together, which makes things more versatile and easier for everyone. I really hope you can join me on Hochanda and continue your crafting journey with me, and we can see all the new ideas, tips and techniques that we can do together. So don't miss the John Next Door and Crafts 2 shows on Hochanda.
Kay Fassett is a distinguished artist, designer and author who has used his background in knitwear design to create an expanding range of bold and beautiful fabric prints for the patchwork market. Join me on Hochanda, where I will be bringing you a wide selection of beautiful fabrics at fantastic prices.
Hello there and welcome. Cheers, in fact, because we are starting the day with a fabulously freshly ground and brewed coffee. I am not here by myself. Stephen is busy whirring away over there. You all right, Stephen?
I am absolutely fine, and good morning.
Cheers, chin chin.
Chin chin, how you doing?
Jazz. Oh, nice latte. Just the way to start the day. Fresh brewed coffee.
Absolutely, yes, and made fresh from the whole bean as well,
that's
so you
good.
can't be better than that.
Oh, Oh, that is so good. Now, of course, you may well have met Stephen before. I've certainly worked with Stephen. I haven't got a latte moustache, have I?
Not yet,
just
no.
check before I start talking. Yes, so you may well have met Stephen before. He brings the most amazing range of products, not just for making coffee, freshly ground as well, or maybe using your pre-grind. He can help you with that as well. But also he's got some additional bits and pieces, so you can take your coffee on the move with you. You can get yourself all prepared for those spring and those summer evenings, maybe with your cold brew coffee, maybe some kind of still infused waters. Well, we've got lots that we can share with you during this hour, so I do urge you to jump ahead. But we're going to kick things off with the way that I always start my day, a freshly brewed coffee. It's kind of one of those things that I just can't get started till I've had my coffee.
It's a ritual.
Yes.
It's the best way of putting it. I mean, a great cup of coffee sets you up for the day.
Yes.
And, there's nothing better. Apart from with the croissant, of course, or something.
And this is literally, I mean, the grinder you've got there, you've got the fabulous machine, which we'll talk you through in a minute.
Yep.
Got the details up on the screen as well. I do tend to forget in these shows, I am actually here to work and not just drink coffee. But what we've got here is an amazing machine, as you can see. Now, this is the first stage. This is where you are going to grind those beans, those freshly roasted beans, which we'll talk about in a little while. So you've got your grinder there to make sure that you're getting the perfect grind for that wonderful cup of coffee, maybe to get your day started. But it's not just about the coffee, it's about how you actually make that coffee. Just to the side of the grinder there, you can see we've got the most incredible coffee machine, which is going to allow you to get all those different styles of coffee. So whether you're into your lattes, whether you're into your mocha chocas, whether you're into, well, whatever
The world is your
coffee.
oyster, let's be honest, when coffee's concerned.
Exactly, and you've got the ability to create this. Now, obviously, it is a considered purchase of anybody's money, but this is something that you are investing the time in to enjoy your coffee and to get those results. The bundle goes further. You're going to get your fabulous mugs. You're also going to get your milk jug with this one. I think you've even got a starter pack with regards to your coffee. But this is a brilliant bundle that we've put together here. I mean, Stephen, talk us around why we need this machine in our homes.
Okay, if you love coffee, then this is the best there is, really, because you have professional grade grinder, which allows you the infinite amount of changes to the grind settings. You're in control of that aspect of the coffee. Every part of making a coffee, you're changing the flavour. So this is about making a coffee that's perfect for you. When we talk about the machine, you've got a professional grade machine. We use these at home, we use them in professional environments, we use it in our office, we've used it at things like London Coffee Festival. They are bulletproof, they're brilliant bits of kit. We've even got them located in some commercial environments as well, so they can and do last the test of time.
Now, this is an amazing bundle, because if you're going for the grinder by itself, you probably noticed at the bottom of the screen, we do have that available. So if you're already sorted with regards to your coffee machine, then you can get hold of the grinder. But this also reiterates the value of the bundle that we are talking about. Obviously, you're going to get your additional elements that you need, like your tamper to get your coffee set right. And also, with that amazing machine, you are getting all the different bits and pieces that you need with regards to go on the move. You've got your travel mugs with these ones as well. In fact, you're getting 2 of those, so you can make a coffee for a friend as well. Or if you're a bit greedy, 2 to get you through the day. Then you've also got your jug. Now, if I'm right in thinking, last time we spoke, this is an award-winning, or a jug designed by an award-winning barrister?
It is. Barista.
Barista.
I'm not in court yet, Your Honour. Yeah.
Legally, he made the best coffee around.
Absolutely. I can't officially claim that, but never mind. The WPM jugs are really, really unique. They are designed by world champion baristas. And there's a couple of points here that really do make this jug difference. First of all, I don't know if the camera can pick it up there, but you've actually got a tilted angle lid there. That not only helps it easier to see when you're pouring your milk into the jug, but also when you're pouring out. So when you do get home and you start to practice your skills and develop further skills, you can start doing things like latte art with it. It's great to go to YouTube some of the latte art stuff, because it's fantastic.
I love it, and it looks so stylish as well. So this particular machine is going to allow us to do all the frothy milk and all of that as well?
Absolutely, and it's great for the whole family. And, you know, you've got... I mean, we as a family use it, my children use it, my son certainly uses it. He's been using it since he was about 5 or 6. and was actually on the phone to your buyer, Leah, last night, and my son was saying how easy it was for him to make it, so it's great.
Obviously, with supervision.
To be honest, he actually is really good on his own now. I think when he was 5, yes, of course we used supervised, but we had to stop him because he kept eating coffee beans. But he's now 9, and he's really proficient at making really good coffees. And it really is a good family thing to use. But you're right, with supervision when you're talking about young children. But the coffee machine itself is designed to make any form of espresso-based coffee. And espresso-based coffee is everything from your espresso, your ristretto, to your lungos, your americanos, right the way through to your milk drinks such as a cappuccino, latte macchiatos, cortados. There's an endless amount, and you can actually invent your own coffees as well.
And the most important thing to me is the milk frother. That's my favourite. I love
hot
my
chocolates
lattes.
as well, I should say. Brilliant for hot chocolate.
Yeah, definitely. So it's a brilliant price bundle. We will be revisiting this and actually see making coffee in a few moments, but it's a bundle. You've got everything that you need to get started. All you really need to do is add water and electricity, which we can't help you with. But of course, the machine is perfect, ready to go. You're going to get your blend of coffee as well, your coffee beans, and it's something that you are going to be able to kind of get started with the moment it arrives. This is the key thing. Now, we have got the most amazing blend that you're going to get. So you're going to get 4 packs of your beans, as you can see here. Nice range here. So you've got your Lazy Day blend, you've also got your Blue Mountain blend, you've got your Venetian blend there, and you've also got your Latino blend. You sound very exotic. Now, those are whole beans, obviously, because that's what you're going to be using within the machine. And we do have those available for you. So if you do want to get hold of any of those, you can do. You're going to get 4 packs of your chosen blend, or you can go for a nice multi-set that gives you 1 of each 4 of those. So you will find those on the website. But if you are looking for your pre-ground coffee, then, of course, we can help you with those as well, because we have those available as well. Now, what about with the sunnier weather? Well, it might be a nice refreshing cold blend. Now, this is something that's relatively new to me, because when I think of coffee, I tend to think of hot coffee. But of course, there's lots of situations where you might want that iced coffee, that chilled coffee, maybe coffee cocktails as well. They're very much the rage at the moment. And this is something that we are able to help you with as well. So we've got the details up on the screen. This is an amazing tool that you're going to have in your kitchen or on the move as well. This is the kind of thing that you can be taking elsewhere, out into the garden with you potentially as well. So you've got 4 different options with regards to the main colour of these. You're going to get obviously your fabulous brewer, your cold brew bundle. It includes your fabulous little kind of handle. So, well, I'll let Stephen explain to you, because it all comes apart and the handle actually sits onto the kind of the flask that you've got incorporated with this. Very, very clever design. As you can see, we've got an introductory price with this particular one on your screen. And it all comes beautifully packaged as well. So if you are thinking of giving this to a coffee connoisseur as a gift, then you have certainly got that style there. The moment it arrives, I mean, Stephen, it looks amazing. Tell me about this, because as I say, it's a new area for me.
And it came around as a little bit of a fashion to bring coffee into the summer months. And it's evolved so quickly, and if you go to London Coffee Festival, when we can go out, and to other international coffee festivals, it's become a really big trend within coffee. And Sobu, the brand here, have developed a phenomenal bit of kit that is not only really well designed, but it's exceptionally well made as well. And it's versatile. Now, as you said, Hayley, we're not only giving you today the brewer, I'll talk about that in a second, but it also comes with a nifty handle. So it allows you to turn the actual brewer into a table serve.
That's so clever.
Unit. It's fantastic. Now, you can make cold brew in lots of different ways. What we've done here is just put some hot water over the coffee. That then sits in the top here. And then when you're ready, all you do is you press the button on the front, and it allows the coffee to slowly drip through into the carafe below. When you've got your carafe, and I'll take this one apart so you can see it, you have an insulated carafe. So this carafe here will keep your temperature up to 12 hours. So if it's cold, or indeed hot, it's up to you. Now, cold brew, what you would do with this is once it's brewed, let it settle into the pot, and then put it into the fridge overnight. If you're using cold water to brew your coffee, so it's going to brew a lot slower, leave it actually immersed in the coffee for 12 hours and then put it nicely into the fridge, and it will allow the flavours to bloom. Now, the longer you leave the water in contact with the coffee, the stronger the flavour's going to be. But you're in control, and it's a bit like the grinder we were talking about a few minutes ago. Every process of making coffee, you're in control of, and you can adjust the flavours, the intensity of the flavours and the strength of flavours to suit your palate. This one comes with insulated lid, so you can put that on there, as I say, put it in the fridge, take it out, take it into the garden with you, take it to the table, or even take it with you when we can go back to work into your office.
Beautiful. I mean, it looks so stylish. That's the key thing with this.
It
that
is.
little handle, the way that the handle comes in.
Well, the handle
with
is
it as well.
fantastic because, let me just pop that one down, because it screws on exactly the same way as that lid did there. But on the top here, you've actually got your dial that allows you just to open up, pour your coffee, and when you're done, put it back and seal in the flavours
Is
again.
that like a vacuum seal when you actually rotate that?
Yeah,
So,
it just holds it and seals it really beautifully.
Love it.
And that's it. And once it's on the actual carafe, it's really, really elegant. And it's a lovely, lovely finished thing. As I say, there is the great thing about this. You could make this, set up your barbecue, have your barbecue, and then you've got coffee at the right temperature to serve in the garden, nice and safely.
So, with regards to this one, you've got options, you've got choices, and that is all down to kind of the colour of the carafe that you're going for. So, of course, you've got your black, your white, your silver, and your copper. So, there is your silver, there is your black, as you can see, they're very classy style, and of course, you've got your white feature in there as well. So, and then your copper is kind of like a rose gold, I suppose you'd call that, really. Very stylish. Whichever you go for, you're going to get obviously the top part, which is where you've got your element that's going to have that double filter in, that's going to allow that coffee, that ground coffee, that pre-ground coffee, to seep through, to come through and infuse those waters to give you that lovely chilled, refreshing flavour when you need it. That's the key thing. Now, you've got flexi buys on this one, so if you want to spread the cost, you can do. 2 flexi buys there of £28 each, as I'm sure you can see on your screen there, but you've got everything that you need. Again, this is a lovely one as an idea, as a gift for somebody, I think. So if you know somebody, maybe they know about coffee, what kind of people say about wines and the knowledge and things like that. That's what you will get with coffee quite often as well. So again, a lovely idea, brilliant gift for somebody. 327001, or maybe a bit of a treat for yourself as well. Imagine sat out on the patio, just helping yourself. Love it. Now, what about when you're on the go, though? Because, of course, I'm up and early. Many of us are up and out, aren't we? And we take our coffee on the go with us. We've got the ability for you to get hold of the most amazing travel mug. And this is brilliant. I love the style of this. I mean, look at this. It's like a torpedo shaped here. Absolutely amazing. Now, this is brilliant value for money, £24.99. Love the way it comes packaged as well, because you've got your fabulous torpedo-style case with this, your box. This is brilliant. I love this because this is perfect if you're wanting to go on your on the move. And I know Stephen's going to take us through this in a few moments, but you've got obviously your cup there, and you've obviously got your flask there. So this, is it like a traditional flask that will keep coffee hot or cold?
It is. I mean, these will keep your coffee cold for up to 24 hours. And it's not just coffees. You can use this for teas, for hot chocolates and other hot drinks. Or cold drinks, I should say, as well. So you've got 12 hours of hot drink temperature being held, which is pretty astounding because most of the leading brands only go to 4 hours.
Yes, that's true, yeah.
Also, it is steel inside and out. So if you did drop it...
Ooh. Nearly.
Nearly. That's gone wrong so many times. But if you did accidentally drop it, you're not going to break it and you're not going to end up pouring glass away.
I love it. And you were saying about the size of this, because I've bought coffee mugs. It sounds daft, but it actually happens. You can buy a travel mug that doesn't actually sit in the canister in your car.
That's right. I mean, this is designed perfectly just to sit in the car, in the cradle in the car, or any vehicle. Obviously, don't drink while you're driving. But
what a brilliant way for you to get that gorgeous coffee.
Absolutely. And it's a nice thing to have on your desk as well when you can get to work or wherever you're going, if you're having a picnic or going to the beach, when we're allowed to go out, of course. They're great to take with you.
I just love the look of it, and I think it's something that's very, very stylish. I've paid a fortune over travel mugs over the years, and they have that rubber seal in them, the rubber seal that often kind of warps and then you suddenly find as well that it's not sealing your coffee. So you're driving along, next thing you know, you've got a coffee puddle in your kind of cup well in your car. Yeah, invest, that's the key thing. Buy quality to start with, and then you're not buying multiple times, are you? £24.99, proven to be a very popular option this morning. So 924 723 if you're wanting to get hold of this. I love the storage, or the box that it comes in as a gift. Absolutely beautiful. Now, lots of you have been jumping ahead and you've been looking at this next model that we've got for you. And this is brilliant. Again, we are looking at the opportunity to make cool, refreshing drinks. Not just through the summertime, we naturally migrate towards summer when we're thinking about those refreshing drinks, but of course it's nice to be able to have a healthy drink that's not necessarily a hot drink on tap, and that's literally what we've got with this one here.
Yeah.
Now the details are up on your screen. You can see 2 flexi buys on this one of £40 each, and we're looking at something that's got kind of like the infusion style with this particular one.
Absolutely, and the brand Domo is actually a international leading brand within kitchen appliances, and the inspiration behind this product is very much from the owner's Wim and his wife, because they are international triathletes. They are top of the tree in when it comes to triathlon, especially for the 50-year-old category plus. And their idea was for their family, and we've kind of followed that same mantra, is that we don't want to be giving our kids and our family sugary drinks all the time. You know, little and often, you know, little occasionally is fine. But we found that we wanted to give them something that was a bit more natural, that we're in control of. We know the ingredients.
My goodness,
and
that looks
this
so
is brilliant
cool.
for
Look
that.
at the lights.
Oh, there you go.
They look fabulous.
Bit early for romance, isn't it?
Hey! Oh my goodness, this looks amazing. I love this. Can you imagine sitting that on your countertop at home and seeing that? Looks amazing. So this is something that literally is out on your countertop.
Exactly,
and help themselves.
you can serve it you can have it with any particular fruit you want. You don't have to use water. You can use other liquids as well. You know, water-based liquids. You know, you can have it set up for if you've got on the counter, you can take it out into the garden, and everybody helps themselves, but you're in control of what you put in it, and that is a really important aspect. And what you've got here is a really neat little trick.
Okay.
Because here is a little funnel, little tube, that fill with water. Very easy, just unscrew the top, fill it up with water from the tap, put it in the freezer.
Okay,
And then
right.
you've actually got your chilled drinks. But you know exactly what's going in it. You know, in here we have got pineapple, fresh pineapple and strawberries. In here we've got a berry concoction with some mint in there as well. And it just gives you a nice, soft, clean, subtle flavour.
But you know what I like about this is it's literally, and if you excuse the pun, it's literally on tap. So
Yeah,
you kind of
it
get it all
is.
set up and it's there for the whole day for the kids to come and go as they please. You don't mind them kind of topping up the glasses from this, because obviously if you've got water with this infusion, then of course it's a nice healthy option, so you won't mind them coming along and topping up their glasses as and when they want to. Can I ask as well, can you put grown-up drinks in there?
Oops, there's me spilling it now. Yes, it's always very difficult this side of the camera. Yes, you can, you know, when the kids have gone to bed, obviously, because you don't really want them kind of coming to this with grown-up drinks in.
Yeah, don't leave it in there for the next morning. But that's a nice idea as well, because I'm guessing you could take this out, especially with the LED light in there. I mean, it's going to look amazing on a patio area, isn't it?
They are great. The only thing I would say is obviously stand that side when you're pouring it, not this side.
Now, I've got a little glass here. Now, obviously, this was infused earlier on, and you've got the kind of strawberry with this one. It still looks very clear. That's the key thing, because it's an infusion. It's not going to change colour necessarily. And, of course, all of those fruits are kept within that kind of infusing part that sits in the centre. I love the idea of the water going in there and freezing it as well. But it's a lovely, refreshing drink. It's literally there that you can just help yourself. So, of course, nice and easy. As Stephen just showed, you've got your torpedo there that you can fill up with your water, pop that into your freezer. It's going to keep everything nice and cold. Then, of course, you can put your berries in there, your fruit, your strawberries, your mint, your cucumber, whatever you're choosing to. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be fresh. It could be frozen, I'm guessing, and that's going to help with keeping the temperature down with it.
You can, and because the actual, this blue part here, you put in the freezer if you want to, and it keeps it chilled. It gradually, if you've got a summer's afternoon, it will just add that coldness to it, that freshness to the drink. You know, I'm just trying here the one with strawberries, berries and mint. It's lovely. It's so subtle as well. It's really refreshing. But you don't get that chemical sweetness, that horrible sweetness you get with cordials or other drinks.
I love it. Wise investment of anybody's money. You can see there you've got 2 flexi buys on this one. That paddle is keeping everything rotating, everything moving, meaning that all of those gorgeous flavours that you've put into that centre part are being diffused and kind of infusing all those gorgeous waters there to give you a cool, refreshing drink time and time again. Love the LED light. I think it looks just so stylish with that one. So if you fancy getting hold of your Domo My Lemonade machine, well, the details are there on your screen. 240576. What will you pop in there first? Will it be blueberries? Will it be strawberries? Will it be pineapple? It can be any of those that you like and much, much more. And as I say, that doesn't necessarily have to be fresh. It could be frozen, so that almost adds to the whole experience and cools it down that little bit quicker as well. So if you fancy yours, there you go, details on your screen. So next thing that I'm going to share with you are those amazing coffees. Now, I did mention to you these that we have earlier on. Now, we've got two different opportunities for you to get hold of your coffee, pre-ground or beans. Now, we're looking at the pre-ground with these ones. So with these ones, all good to go. Perfect for your cold infusions with regards to your cold coffees, or whether you already have a cafetiere or whatever system you're using to create your coffee. Well, with this one, you're going to choose 4 repeats of whichever of those flavours. So you've got your Lazy Day, you've got your Venetian Roast with this particular one, you've got your Blue Mountain with this one, and you've also, what's the other one that I've forgotten to mention? Lazy Day, Venetian, I mentioned Venetian, Latino, that's the one I didn't mention as well. Or if you can't choose, or you just want to try them, because I know this is always a popular bundle, because you don't necessarily know what they're like till you get them. Well, this is a nice option. You're going to get all 4 of those, so then you can choose your favourite and then come back and choose 4 repeats of that same one. So £19.96 will get you those. Now, those are your pre-ground. We do have available as beans as well. So if you are going for our machine today, or you have a machine that will allow you to obviously grind your beans, maybe you've gone for the grinder today as well, then this will give you the opportunity to get your freshly roasted coffee into your coffee maker. Oh my goodness, amazing. Again, the same repeats of the names that we mentioned earlier, and again you have got your variety pack with this one. 852021 is the all-important item number. Now, if you like your coffee but you don't necessarily like the caffeine, then this is an option that you might want to consider with this one. So with this one, we only have whole beans available with this, but it's a brilliant price bundle, £21.99. You can see there you're going to get 4 repeats of that Honduras blend with this one. It is your decaf, and it's £21.99. And talking about the coffees as well, I mean, we were chatting about these. I mean, one of the key things about getting the right coffee is to have fresh beans, freshly ground beans or fresh beans that you're buying. And you were saying that these ones are literally within a couple of weeks, they're roasted and then sent out.
No, actually quicker than that. We actually, yes, Jason at Girofratelli roast these on a weekly basis, and we buy little and often to ensure that we are providing absolute fresh coffee. So yeah, coffee when it's roasted, it needs to rest for 24 hours anyway, and then once it's rested, we then take it straight in. So we just buy little and often, and it's roasted in the UK as well, and it's what we call a micro roaster and specialist roasters. And they source the beans from origin as well and make their own blends. So it gives them a very unique flavours. And just to quickly jump on, you said about the decaf.
I love it. Now, of course, you've got your options. You've got your whole bean, and over to the side here, one of the ones that's proven to be very popular. I think we've got people revisiting from shows where you maybe got hold of the machine before. Now, the Lazy Day is kind of one of the most popular ones. So the Lazy Day, tell me about the Lazy Day blend.
The Lazy Day blend is a nice, relaxed coffee, so it's subtle flavours. It's not so strong as you'd get in something like Latino. Latino's quite dark and vibrant and really, really strong, but the Lazy Day itself is a real nice coffee to have, especially with milk drinks.
Yes.
It's a very subtle, a bit like a Colombian or something like that.
Okay.
And
so
then
this is kind of like a lighter flavor.
Yes,
so
as the name suggests, it's more to relax throughout the day rather than kind of have that caffeine kick that we all sometimes need.
That's why it's proven to be so
And that's why the selection pack is brilliant, because it gives you coffee throughout the day.
Well, this is it. And also with these packs, if you're not using them in their entirety, then obviously you can reseal them, keep them fresh. But to be honest, when you start tasting this coffee, I think it won't be long before you empty that packet. So take advantage. That's it. Now you've got your 4 packs of your one flavour if you're wanting to, or of course you can go for a mix of all 4 of them. But of course the key thing is when you've actually created your coffee. So obviously if they're going for pre-ground, then that's ready to go straight into the coffee machine.
Absolutely,
but we've got the grinder with us. So do you want to talk us around the grinder and why this grinder is so fabulous?
Yeah, the WPN grinder is a phenomenally good grinder. We have the exclusivity for the UK, and we work alongside Girofratelli because Girofratelli business is very much about commercial machines. So they know about the robustness and what is needed to survive in that commercial environment. So we work very, very closely with those guys. And WPM is a brand that we've chosen to work with because of their build quality and their value. There's a lot of different brands of grinders and coffee machines out there, but we wanted one that really proved the test of time and delivered great coffee. The grinder itself is very unique. You have several key features here that allow you to play with the coffee. First of all, as you can see there, you have a removable bean hopper. All you do is close this valve at the back and it allows you then to take that off. That's important because if you want to play with different coffees, all you then do is pour that back into the bag, put the coffee you want to choose next in there, back on the grinder, like that, open up the valve and you're ready to go.
That's on the front nice because you can see how many coffee beans you've got left.
Yeah.
If you needed to refill it.
And it's still sealed, so it's an opaque, and this kind of dark brown colour here is very, very important for coffee because you don't want direct sunlight onto coffee. You don't want direct light because UV light will actually affect the flavour of coffee.
I didn't know that.
Something new. On the front here, you have got a stepless grinder here, so it gives you an infinite amount of control on the grind. And again, playing with the grind settings will give you different flavours of the coffee. You said about sommelier earlier.
Yes.
A coffee Q grader has to taste.
I don't think I used such a big word though, because it's very early.
Well, to kind of pop on at that is if you take a sommelier, they have to taste around about 200 different notes in wines. In coffee, it's around about 2,000.
Wow.
So a top Q grader, and there isn't that many in the world, but a top Q grader can takes the notes of those 2,000 different flavours.
So when it comes to the grind, I mean, obviously you've got more of a coarse grind,
Yes.
you've got more of a fine grind. How does that affect the flavour of the coffee?
Well, you've got the strength and the more milder coffees. So depending on the coffee you're using, you would set the grinder. Okay. But also it affects the way you tamp the coffee as well, and I'll come on to that in a second. If you're using an espresso machine or espresso-based machine, you want a really, really fine grind because when you come to tamp the coffee, you want it to be what they call the coffee puck, to be compacted as much as possible. When you're doing a filter or the pour-overs we saw earlier, the cold brews, you want a slightly coarser coffee because the water is in contact with the coffee longer, so it's extracting the flavours slower and gives you a more soft and gentle coffee. Espresso can be quite a vibrant coffee, and we'll make some. Shall we make a coffee? Because I haven't made one yet.
So when you're working with, say, one of these blends that we've got here,
Yes.
can you get different flavours of coffee within those, depending on the grind? So it's very fine-tuned then.
Coffee itself, if you took the beans that we've got in here, which are the Lazy Day, if you took these beans, ground them finely, made an espresso, ground them coarse, exactly the same beans, same grinder, and then use them through a cafetiere French press or a pour-over, what you'll find, the flavour is totally unrecognisable as the same coffee. It's amazing. Coffee is it's like baking a cake and beyond.
Yes.
It's great.
It's proper science,
It
isn't it?
is. It's great fun. It's fun.
So what's the first stage?
Okay, so first of all, we have with this machine here, you get a single and double basket. This is the double here. It just fits in nice and neat. Give it a good, don't be afraid to bang these because they are commercial grade.
Okay.
And we'll say that's very, very important.
So
These
the
are
double,
designed.
is that for 2 shots of coffee?
2 shots of coffee.
Okay. Right.
I'm greedy, I like 2 shots. So the first thing you notice on here, you've got this part here, and all you do is just very gently rest that in there, sits there nicely, touch of a finger, there. And you can hear it grinding those beans beautifully. And there we go. Now this does also come with a little collar here. And that collar is designed to sit over... I'm sorry, I've got my back to you at the moment.
That's
Apologies.
okay, no, you carry on, as long as our viewers can see, that's the main thing.
That's designed to sit over there. That then slides in. So you can... I do it by eye. But if you want to...
Oh, I see, yeah.
So it just gives you the volume of coffee you want. And if you do grind a little bit extra, you've got a little coffee tray catcher there as well, which also has a little secret of its own. So when you've ground your coffee, you can see it's a lovely fine powder there. You put your tamp on top, press down, and you're looking about 15 to 20 pounds of pressure on top. And you can see there you've got a nice flat coffee puck.
Now you're getting your tamper with this one as well, aren't you? So
You are,
that
yep.
tool that you just used there, that's getting included as well.
So when you've got it on here, all you're doing is 45 degrees, you've actually got the insert label there, and then just lock it nicely in place. And while I'm running the coffee machine, I will talk to you about... I'll do a couple of espressos to start with. So this machine will do 2 coffees at once, so you've got the twin spout here.
Yeah.
So to make the coffee, you've got your power on button there, a manual override there, so you can manually set the volume of coffee you want in each cup, a single pre-dose there, a double dose, and then you can program it. So you can really program the coffee machine to the finite level of you want to do. So on this one, I'm going to cheat and just press the double, and you can hear and see it brewing in a second and extracting the coffee. On this side here, you've got the coffee pressure gauge, and we'll see how, if I over-tampered it or under-tampered it, over-tampered it slightly. So this tells you where your tamping is and where the grind is. So this is why it's important to get your grind and your tamping pressure and your coarseness absolutely perfect.
So where do you ideally need that needle to hit?
You kind of are looking between kind of the grey-green colour and the orange, around about those areas, and you'll find. And what that then delivers is a really, really good quality espresso. I don't know if you can see that. And what you're looking for is that golden colour on top, which is the crema.
Look at that crema, yeah.
And that is the oil of the coffee coming to the surface, and that seals in the flavour of the coffee.
Beautiful.
And even if you spin that round the cup, you then get a lovely, it sticks to the side of the cup.
And what sort of volume of coffee would you get with regards to this? Because I guess it's like a coffee concentrate. So if you're wanting a tall drink, you're going to add things like, I don't know, would you add additional water to this?
Yeah, well, what you can do,
drink?
Americano, but that's what you're looking for there, is Americano. And Americano, the way to do an Americano is very simple. So all you would do, you'd put hot... Oh.
Whoops-a-daisy, oh dear, okay.
I'm having a bit of a spilly day today. So there you do, you put your hot water in there.
Okay.
And
so
then,
it gives you the hot water as well?
Yes, you've got hot water there as well. We knock that out. And then, while that's doing that, you can see I'm grinding here as well.
Is that the water to a coffee shop?
There we go, so the hot water's now ready. And then, Americano I like as a nice, quite strong coffee.
Okay.
So that's now ready. And then, again, we'll do a double shot.
So that's going in on top of the water that you've just dispensed?
It is, yeah.
Brilliant.
And the reason you do it that way round is in the commercial environment, it means that you're not then burning the coffee by putting boiling hot water onto it.
Quite often, so that's key. You don't want to get too hot a water.
Absolutely.
Your coffee grind.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the idea of coffee is you're cooking it when you're brewing it, and what you don't want to do is burn it.
Okay.
And that's what generates the bitter taste. And I know one of the first shows we ever did,
yes.
with Catherine, it was. Catherine didn't like coffee. And we sat backstage and we were talking about coffee, and I said, well, when did you have a coffee? And it was quite a few years ago. And so I then made her a very mild latte macchiato, which is similar to what we started the show with yourself.
Lovely.
And she was gobsmacked.
Yeah.
And the reason being is that a lot of people have had a bad experience with coffee where it's been burnt and it's kind of, it's over roasted, it's dark roasted coffee, which already gives you a bitter flavour, and then someone's made it with boiling water, which then cooks it to the next level, and all it does is extracts all the burnt flavour. So, and the bitterness. And actually, coffee can be really soft and really subtle. And it's just about tailoring, and this is where machines like good grinders like these and machines like this allow you to play with the coffee, and it allows you to extract the flavours that suit you as an individual. And it's really, really important that we kind of emphasise that.
Amazing, I love it. And with regards to the actual machine itself, I'm guessing that you've got like a water tank that you fill up with regards to that, and it's kind of, you don't have to plumb it in or anything like that?
No, with these is literally what we call plug and play.
Okay.
So in the back here, you've actually got a 3.5 litre water tank, which is huge for domestic use.
Yes.
And to give you an average, most coffees, long coffees and milk coffees, around about 300 to 380 mil. So you can imagine that's 10 really good sized coffees out of that one water tank. You can remove the water tank out the back. I won't do it because it is full of water and I've already made a mess this morning. I don't really fancy making another one. That just literally pulls out the back here. Or, if you want to leave the coffee machine in situ, in the centre here, you've actually got a central gap in the back here that allows you to fill it while it's in place.
Or something like
yeah,
that.
exactly.
Love it.
Also, while I'm in the back here, you have then got your small single basket that goes into the group handle I showed you earlier.
Yeah.
And also in here, and I'm glad it's here, you've got a little rubber mat. This is designed to what we call backflush the machine.
Okay.
So when you made a lot of coffees, you do occasionally get what we call backsplashing. So it's where your ground coffee, the water hits the coffee and comes back onto the basket underneath here. When you've actually made a lot of coffees, just drop that into the basket, run a normal double shot, and it cleans that top, so you're always getting the freshness. Coffee is about freshness.
Wonderful. Lovely. And we're going to come back in a little while to have a little look at the kind of the milk section and actually add in that frothy milk. But we've seen a lot of interest with regards to the cold brew, so we're going to move over and have a little look at that one in just a few moments as well. So if you fancy getting hold of your machine, it really is a comprehensive machine. It's one of those machines that really gives you complete control. So even in the same household, if one person likes their coffee very, very strong, then that's okay, with that kind of ability to kind of blend it to exactly what you want it to be and grind it to what you want it to be, means that you can have the same beans in the hopper, but with the grinder you can make that preference as to where you want it to sit with those. Love that. So that's kind of one of the benefits of having a separate grinder to the actual machine, because you can set that to your personal settings really, get that perfect grind for you as an individual, and as I say, your partner, your whoever you're making your extra coffee for might want the settings differently, so do bear that in mind. Brilliant bundle, and as you can see there, considerable saving on that one, because usually you'll be paying £250 for the grinder in its own right, so 292137. But we have seen a lot of interest with regards to our cold brews. Now these are brilliant because you've actually got different options with these ones. As I said, it's a relatively new area to me, and it's something that I've learned a lot about, because this gives you the ability to make your coffee by popping it into the little hopper that you've got there, letting the water come through, let it infuse into those waters before releasing it into your carafe at the bottom. Then you can either take that on your travels with you or add your jug handle so you can serve it at the table. Now we've got 4 options with this one: your black, your white, your silver and your copper. Your copper is kind of more like a rose gold, I would call that, more so than a copper tone. Very stylish. I know it's always very popular, that colour zone, but whichever of these you go for, obviously the ability and the way you work with it is exactly the same. So Stephen, with regards to this one, how do we get started? What do we need to know?
Okay, so on this occasion we've used ground coffee. So you put your ground coffee into the double wall basket here. Now this is acid etched. Now you get a lot of cheap filter machines or filters that have what we call punched baskets, and what that does, it leaves quite nasty sharp edges, but also the hole size is really, really thick. Being acid etched, what happens is you actually get micro holes. These are absolutely tiny, but if you hold that up to the light, I don't know if the camera can ever pick that up, you can actually see through it, even though it is double walled and the holes are microscopic thickness. And they're designed to actually allow the flavours and the flavonoids to go through the coffee and the right flavours to come through. So you end up with a really nice, soft, easy drinking cold brew, or even hot coffee if you really wanted.
Love it. So with regards to that, now I think, were you starting one of these off earlier on today?
I have. I've actually put the water through and the coffee through. So in the top here, I've actually already put the coffee in, and that's been sitting there for about an hour.
So that's pre-ground coffee.
That's pre-ground coffee, yep. And you can put the volume in there you want, depending on how strong you want it. And then all you do is, when you're ready to extract it, you see the button on the front here?
Yeah.
Press that, and you can see the coffee going down now into the thermos pot.
Now, would you tend to use all the coffee in one sitting? So would you release the whole lot, or
Yes.
would you just, yeah, okay.
Yeah, because what you're doing is you're releasing all the flavour, all the water from that coffee, so you've got it to the level of flavour you want it, and what you don't want it to do is to continue to brew.
Okay.
And then once you're happy with that, all you do, as you see here, it's nice and easy, you're unscrewing the whole of the top half of the unit. Take that away. I'm going to pop that in the sink behind me.
Wonderful.
And there you then have your coffee. Now I'm going to use the handle on this one.
Okay.
I think it's very important because it gives you a nice pouring lip.
And you're going to get the handle with any of the options that you choose, any of your 4 options. And this turns it into something incredibly stylish. I mean, look at that. That was fabulous.
With the lid sealed. No, my luck this morning, that was quite a brave thing.
I'm not going to lie, I did hold my breath a little there.
I did as well. Or you can just open it and then you're ready to pour.
So that's kind of like a vacuum seal there as well. And again, with this one, that's your cold brew. So very refreshing to be having. And quite often we'll see where you need that coffee infusion. It could be a case of that you want an iced coffee. Could you pop ice cubes in with that?
You can put ice cubes in it. You could even, and I did this the other day and it was delicious, have a whole family-proof Tia Maria and cola.
Oh, okay.
So if you use that instead of Tia Maria, you get
Yes.
a lovely, refreshing long drink.
Yes.
Put ice in it. You can have it like that as a cold brew, and it's really nice. It is refreshing because you can see that the coloration's a lot lighter than you would get with an espresso. so it's easier drinking. You can put tonic with it, you can put lemonade with it, you can put lots of different things with it. You can put alcohol with it, there's no reason why not. I had this a while ago in Germany with champagne.
Oh, nice.
And that was actually really nice, very different.
So it's experiment, isn't it, and try it.
Absolutely.
And could you use that coffee that you created? I saw you about to take a drink then, and I just started talking again. Could you use it maybe if you're in the kitchen and you need coffee, for maybe if you're making cakes and things like that?
You can,
if you use it.
I mean, we occasionally do some baking at home, and when we do, my mum's an avid baker, and coffee and walnut cake. Classic example.
Nice.
For something like we really want a really strong coffee flavour, I would always go for an espresso or a much more strong coffee.
Love it. And is it purely just for coffee, or could you use other things to infuse?
No, you can use it for tea as well. You can actually use them for fruit teas, herbal teas, because they're extracting the flavour nice and slowly. With the new teas that are coming out, the fruit teas.
Yes.
Leave it in there. And again, for a summer's afternoon or for just a healthier kick, fruit teas are fantastic.
And I think the thing is, with this, you could actually make it up and have it sitting in the fridge, couldn't you? And I
Yeah.
think it's the convenience thing. When you come to have a drink or want a drink, and it's like, oh gosh, if you've got to go through the whole process, you might not use it, you might not go through that process. You're literally wanting to grab a drink and go. Well, this is the way that you can have it all ready to go, sitting in your fridge, and then you're taking that drink either with you, because of course you can put the cap on there and take it on the go with you, or it could be that you just sit it out on your patio with a little bit of sunshine there, enjoying and savouring that fabulous drink. Absolutely amazing, and brilliant value for money with regards to these. You've got your saving there, £10.94. Now, when we get hold of this, if we've seen it out on the high street and things like that, you wouldn't normally get the little whole...
No, the
little
handle we
jug.
don't normally give out with it. The handle is something we do specifically for Hochanda. And the coffee as well.
That's true,
You
yeah,
actually
you
get
get
2
your
sachets
sachets.
of coffee with it.
Oh,
We're
okay.
giving away 2 now. We've
3
increased it.
sachets in there, all ready to go. And of course, don't forget, you are going to be able to get your choice of coffees in addition to this if you wanted to, because we've got the ability for you to get hold of 4 packs. So you're going to get 2 sachets with your, obviously, your cold pour with this particular one. But if you wanted any extra, then you can do. Now, we were talking about being on the move, and obviously you have got your craft at the bottom there, where you have got your cap that you can pop on that. But that might be a little bit chunky for you to actually take on your travels to work and so on. Well, we have got the ability for you to actually go travelling with regard to yours. So this torpedo is brilliant. I mean, it's so stylish, and it gives you the ability for you to transport your coffee, cold drink, hot drink, whatever you're wanting to pop in there, you can do so. Comes brilliantly packaged, so when it comes to you, I think this looks amazing, because if you are buying this as a gift
packaging
for
is
somebody, I mean,
fantastic.
doesn't that look phenomenal?
Really brilliant.
Absolutely amazing. I mean, look at that. That looks stylish. Looks expensive to start with as well. I think that's the key.
It
thing.
is actually, and I have to confess, when I first saw the Asobu cold brews, I had to bring one back from Germany as part of hand luggage.
Yes.
And to see the guys at customs open
Wonder
and
what
try
it was.
wonder what on earth it was hilarious, especially the German guys. And yeah, it was quite funny to watch them, I must admit.
Now, obviously, when it comes to you, obviously, you've got your cap on there. You're going to remove that cap. Means that you've got your cup there ready to go. But you can see there you've got that seal in there, which means that it's not going to allow any of the contents to seep out. They're good, airtight, as you can see there. And also, the circumference of that is going to sit neatly within your cup holder, within your car or whatever mode of transport you're working with. So, of course, it can sit in there. And you've got a good supply in there, allowing you to actually keep the contents insulated, whether you're keeping it hot, keeping it cold. But what a brilliant, stylish, absolutely amazing looking little kind of flask that you've got there. Absolutely amazing. If you're wanting yours, £24.99, very affordable. 924723. But our infuser, lots of you in having a look at this one and taking advantage of it. It's a brilliant way for you to bring healthy drinks into your home. Now, imagine all the different ways that you could be using this. Obviously, when the kids are involved, it could be that you're simply using water with this, infusing with all sorts of different fruits, whether they're fresh fruits, frozen fruits. Could be that at night time when the kids have gone to bed, you're topping it up with a little bit of something special for the grown-ups. And then, of course, you can continue with that infusion running through this one. And it looks so stylish. Now, it does actually plug into the mains. The reason being, you've got that paddle, Stephen, with this one.
have,
That keeps those
yeah.
fruits mixing through.
Yeah, I mean, the paddle is there just to gently infuse and allow the water to infuse with the fruit that you're actually using. And you've got the nice, you like the LED light. It's lovely. It just illuminates nicely. And there's nice summer's evening where the sun starts to set, the barbecue coals are glowing, and you've got that on the table. It's lovely. But as I say, it's there to attract the whole family to use. I mean, my wife uses this a lot in the summer. She can't take a lot of the fizzy drinks these days, and she loves her coffee, but we've now got her on the decaf coffee, and she drinks the Honduras, and she loves it. It's something she has an Americano. And the travel mugs, I mean, we have a really big philosophy at Coffee Beans Coffee Machines, is that we do not sell anything we won't use.
Okay.
And it's really important for me and for us that as a family business, we do try and use the products.
Yes.
And we're passionate about them.
Yeah.
And whether it is a travel mug, something like the Orb here, or whether it's the cold brew, the coffee machines, or the lemonades, it's something we get involved in as a whole family. And it's really important because we want to make sure these products last the test of time, but are user function friendly. And these are really brilliant. And they're on such a special deal with you guys as well. It's fantastic.
We've got an amazing price with 2 flexi buys on this one as well. So for anybody that's just joined us, what's the idea behind the lemonade machine, Stephen?
It's a healthier drinks option to what is out there for the whole family. And the idea being is very simply, I just take that one out, it comes with a little basket here, and you've then got a removable, I should say this earlier actually, a full-on removable. Now I'm letting that run while I do it. So that you just take to the sink.
Okay.
And then it all comes apart for easy cleaning as well, as you can see me lifting up there. So the basket here, all you do is you pop in some fruit and...
Does it have to be fresh fruit? I mean, I mentioned they're frozen.
No, you can
fruit
use frozen.
earlier.
You can use tinned if you need to, if you want to.
Does it have to be the best of the best? Do you know how sometimes
no.
when you fruit bowl...
The ones that don't look attractive are the best, because actually
they start
I'm quite frugal. And
they're not as pretty as they were when they
the
first
flavour's
arrived.
usually that much better as well. As they call it, ugly fruit or something like that, isn't it?
Well, sometimes it's it might be fruit that, OK, you've had it in your fridge a couple of days, and of course, as time goes on, they do start kind of...
Yeah, and nobody wants to eat them because they look a bit
maturing,
bruised or something. But just cut them up and put them in. And then when you've got them in, just use that plunger, just push it down a little bit.
Okay.
And if you wanted to use that as a chiller,
Yes.
as I say, put that in the freezer the night before.
So you don't have to put that in every time?
No, not at all. And all you do is literally the lid screws off, pop water in it, put it in the freezer, and then you've got your chilled drinks. And that will stay frozen for quite a long time because it is already immersed in cold water. So it stays colder for longer. That then all it does is as this rotates, it just chills the water really nicely and infuses the fruit.
Now, for you eagle-eyed viewers at home there that have been tuning in and watching this, you will have noticed that details have changed slightly on your screen there, because the regular price is £80 with this one, which is what we've been sharing with you. But you'll notice, well, I'm not quite sure what happened. I'm not going to blame anybody, not going to name names, but we haven't actually got the discount activated, which we have now. So that means that if you have bought this already, don't worry, you will get that price. But you can see there, with regard to this one, if you're buying, you have got your 2 flexi buys on this one, just £28 each. This is brilliant. I mean, look at the saving, £24 saving on this one. This is going to look so stylish. Think ahead to when we do have the opportunity to invite friends around, when we are going to be having those barbecues in the summer, hopefully. But even if you're at home, you know how sometimes, I think many families, ours included, over the last 12 months, we've kind of turned those everyday opportunities into special opportunities. Cooking a meal is a kind of, we do it as a family, we get involved and everybody gets involved. And turning those little things into bigger things that everybody can savour. And I think this is the beauty of this. Even if it's only just you and your nearest and dearest sitting out on your patio, you can have your own little party, your bubble party. It doesn't have to be that the neighbours are coming and your whole friends. It means that you're making those moments special and you're saving and enjoying. And of course, the beauty of this is when we are in a situation where we can invite people around, we can have those bigger parties, then this is an amazing way of you having something that's looking incredibly stylish, whether it's the kids coming along and helping themselves and serving themselves with this one, as they can do throughout the course of the day. But it's just something that makes, I don't know, makes the whole experience just that little bit better, doesn't it? But it's allowing you to have that pre-prepared drink ready. And I think that's the key thing, the pre-prepared. If you were thinking about perhaps getting hold of, I don't know, maybe a one-person infuser, because of course that torpedo that we saw in the centre there, we have come across those previously. We've seen them out there. But the thing is, when you actually fill that up and you pop it into your flask, then usually it's a case of you wanting the drink now.
Yes.
You don't want it in several kind of hours' time.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with this one, it's the convenience that when you are ready to top up your glass, it's ready to go. You don't have to kind of pre-warn yourself or preempt the situation. It is there. And this is something the kids are able to help themselves with. You've got your little tap there, which obviously they can open up, take the drink as they want to, and close it up. And also, do you know what? It's a visible kind of reminder. Because of course
it is, and the kids run around and they get dehydrated, and it's a great reminder.
Water during the course of the day, you can see how much water you have drunk during the course of the day. So I think that's the key thing. Looking at this will give you that visual reminder that maybe I need to get a glass of water, and there you go. It's there to remind you.
Water is much better digested when it has a little bit of flavour.
Yes,
especially for children. And as I said earlier, this is about knowing what you're giving your child. And your family.
You're in control, aren't you? You know what's going into this.
You're in control. You know, you could. There's no reason why you couldn't put a little bit of juice in it, cordial in it, orange juice in it, or something just to add the flavour. You're controlling it.
That diffusion that you've got between the two.
Yeah. The idea is, I mean, the main concept behind it is around about giving the family a healthier option to the summertime drinks. You know, if the kids are running around, the more they run around, the more they're going to get hot, the more they're going to want to drink. And you're not filling them full of the sugars and the E numbers and everything else. And, you know, it's a great way of using up the fruit from the fridge that's been sitting there for a while. And actually, it doesn't cost much. I mean, there isn't that much fruit I've put in there. So the cost benefit actually is pretty good.
And I'm guessing with this one, if you don't want to put your fruits in there, you don't have to. It could be just a water chiller as well. And let's face it, that price on your screen there, that is an amazing price to be paying to get a water chiller. And the container here, it's 4 litres, is that right?
Yes, that's right, yeah.
That's a good supply there.
Yeah. I mean, you know, as we said earlier, you know, when the sun goes down and the kids are in bed, you can change the drink that's in it, of course.
Indeed.
You could put sangria in it.
Oh, that's a nice idea, isn't
it? I'm sure, I haven't tried it myself with beer, but...
If you can't go abroad, then bring those cocktails
Exactly,
to you.
yeah. And it's easy clean as well.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very, very easy to clean. Just put your soapy water in it, give it a rinse out, and because it all comes apart nice and easily, it's very, very easy to do.
I love it. There you go. Now it's proven to be a very popular option. I think you're realising just how stylish this looks, and practical ability as well. Doesn't take up a huge amount of area. If I just tilt it for you, you'll be able to see it's not a big area that's taking up.
About the size of the kettle.
Yeah, I was going to say it's hardly any footprint at all, isn't it? But of course, you've got the ability there. You've got 4 litres of chilled water, fruit-infused water potentially, that you have literally got on tap there. If you're wanting yours, 2 flexi buys, £28 each, very affordable, 240576 if you're wanting to get hold of yours. Proving to be very, very popular. I'm not surprised. We don't know when we're going to be able to bring that price to you again, so take advantage while you have got the opportunity. So, yeah, pop those into your basket. Love it. Now, something else that's proven to be very popular is our pre-ground coffee. Now, of course, this means that it's ready to go the moment it arrives. So you don't need to have your beans, a grinding machine for your beans. This is ready to go, whether it's your cafetières, whether it's your kind of pressure container that you're using with regard to getting the coffee out. Like I don't know what it's called, but it's like a plunger on it and it forces the coffee through. Fresh press, that's it, fresh press. It's too early to think about it. It just functions in the morning. But you've got all your different options. There you've got your 4 different options with regards to those where you're going to get 4 packs, 3 options where you're getting 4 packs, or you can go for one of each of those. Now, something that's proved to be incredibly popular during this the details on your screen here. Now we've got 4 different stylish kind of opportunities to get hold of these ones as well. Now, which is proving to be most popular? The rose gold. Oh, let me bring in the rose gold. It is a nice look, isn't it? We're calling this copper for your choices, but it's a popular look, that one, isn't it?
It is. I mean, it's a fantastic colour, and it's a nice subtle copper. Some coppers are quite strong and in your face, whereas that one's a nice subtle one.
Love it. Now, when you actually get this, obviously, this is kind of your vessel for your coffee to go into, and it attaches to the filter system that we've got at the top here. And this is something you explained to us, cold pour.
Brew.
Cold brew, I do apologise. So basically you've got your lid on the top there, which unscrews, as you can see there. You've also got like a little valve on there. What's that all about then,
Well,
Stephen?
that's if you are using hot water.
Oh, okay.
It actually allows you to release, it's a pressure valve.
Oh, I see.
So it's a nice, elegant way of doing it, but it's a pressure valve. So basically, if you are putting hot water in the top, it allows you it allows the pressure just to release.
So you could use this to make your hot drinks like you would do a cafetiere potentially.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it's more in line of a filter coffee machine. So you could use your boiling water or your hot water, just off boiled water,
Yes.
in the top here. Let it infuse there, and as soon as you've got the coloration, the flavour you want, press the button on the front, release that into the carafe, and you've then got your hot coffee for after dinner.
I love it.
And it stays hot for a long period of time.
I love it. So there you go. You can use it. It comes with the little handle. So silver option here, as you can see, with the handle attached. But every single option has got the handle in there as well. And of course, if you do want to go on your travels, then you can take it in and take it just as it is with the lid on there as well. Yeah, £55.99. Very affordable way for you to get hold of it. Stephen.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
That's all right, no worries. Thank you very much for having us.
No, I always love it. Thank you for my coffee. Now, of course, if you've got anything in your basket, do check your baskets out. Still time for you to take advantage of those deals that we've been bringing to you. Don't forget to join us during the end of the next hour. We've got a big announcement to make. That's right, just before 10 o'clock. You do not want to be anywhere else. But we're coming up after the break with Ross Papercraft, MDF, Arts Finley. That will be myself bringing you that show before we're joining Lou and Studio Light.
Hiya, I'm Hazel Eaton from Pink Frog. Pink Frog is an established company. You may have seen us in shows up and down the country. It's a family-run business up in Chesterfield. Pink Frog started to bring out their well-known Britannia dyes, and then we moved on to a wonderful range of cardstocks. You'll probably know us for our super smooth cardstock, and now we have moved into the world of stamping, and we produce high quality polymer stamps for you all to enjoy. We have a wide range of designs, and we're particularly known for our flower dyes and flower stamps. On our shows on Hochanda, I hope to bring you many hints and tips and techniques to inspire you, the crafter, at home. Make sure you don't miss the Pink Frog shows on Hochanda.
Exciting news! For the 5th year in a row, Hochanda has been awarded the top accolade of Platinum Trusted Service Award from Feefo. These awards recognise businesses that deliver exceptional experiences as rated by you, our customers, and we're honoured to have been selected. The Trusted Service Award means you can shop with confidence, based on the reviews from over 60,000 Hochanda customer experiences. Thank you for your independent reviews. It means a lot to us.
Flexi order has arrived at Hochanda. What is Flexi order? When you place an item on FlexiBuy in your basket, you qualify for Flexi order, which means any other items you add to your basket will also be included in your FlexiBuy payments, so you can spread the cost over multiple monthly payments. After your first payment is made, your entire order will be dispatched. When you add at least £60 worth of any items to your shopping basket, either online or on the phone, you'll qualify for our Flexi Order offer. This means you can spread the cost of your order over equal monthly FlexiBuy payments, offering you the extra flexibility when you shop with us. Flexi Order, making your shopping experience with Hochanda easier.
Hi, I'm Gina Barrett from Gina B Silkworks. We're a family company specializing in traditional crafts for the modern maker. Most of our products involve textiles and age-old techniques, from button making, lace making, weaving, and other forms of passementerie. I hope you'll be able to tune in to the Gina B Silkworks shows here on Hochanda.
Hello, I'm Barbara.
And I'm Julie.
And together we're Scarlet Rose Crafts. We're a family-run business, been in business for 2 years, and our aim is to bring new and innovative new products to the crafting industry.
We've both been involved in crafting industry for many years, and we're continuing to move forward with our new company now.
The Easy Mat Plate is our flagship product, followed by our innovative Easy Shim product.
Our range includes diamond trail plates, ultra-sized dies, cards and sticky sheets.
We're constantly developing new and unusual products, so watch this space.
On our shows, we hope to inspire you with our products so that you can carry on crafting, because our motto is, because we can.
So don't miss the Scarlet Rose Craft shows on Hochanda.
Hello. It's a good job you didn't catch me and then singing away, supporting. I mean singing. That's stretching it, isn't it, Artina? Wasn't really singing, was it?
Beautiful it was.
Oh, you're so nice, love. Tina, it's lovely to have your company again.
Yes.
You've been a busy bee these last few days.
I have. I've been having a lovely time.
Yeah, I love what you're doing to me. You've set up in the lounge, haven't you? The trolley's in there. Honestly.
Taking it all over.
Yeah, it's easily done. It's easily done.
Yeah.
I love it because we've got so many kits. The thing is, like yesterday, obviously, we were doing your graphic 45. Now we've got all your different MDF bases, perfect for your graphic 45 and more.
Absolutely. We're going to do a little bit of everything today. We're going to, you know, when we say mixed media, I certainly mean mixed media this hour.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yeah,
perfect.
Yeah, definitely.
And they are the most, well, the best bases to work on, because MDF is one of them, so forgiving. Now, we've got loads and loads of kits to go through. We've also got a couple of happy hours as well. And the happy hours only for this hour, so it's absolutely worth having a look at these. Now, first of all, you've got your Loxley paint. It's really nice stuff, this. I've had a play with this. You've got your yellow, your red, your blue, silver and gold there. Quite big tubes as well, 75mm, £9.99, and the good thick paints of those. So that's one of your happy hours if you want to get hold of that. We've also got your metallics as well. Now you're getting 3 of your silver and 2 of your gold, sorry. And again, nice thick paint. I like this stuff. Only £9.99. You're saving £11.31. I highly recommend getting hold of those. 170649 only for this hour. But we've got plenty of mudduff to tell you about. The first one, I like these, Tina, the keys.
They are gorgeous. I requested these because I do love my keys. And Terry's done them in really beautiful, different sizes and so ornate.
I really like them.
Yeah.
So why did you want them specifically, Tina?
I love the look of keys on work, and even those bigger ones you could rust up, couldn't you? And do bits like that. And sometimes also it's really nice to have it as you know, when you give a gift to a bride or something like that, then the key is really, really lovely to decorate up.
Yeah,
as
absolutely.
well.
I'm thinking as well with something like that, you could easily hang something off that, can't you?
Definitely.
It's really nice because there's plenty of space to actually have something hanging off that. Really nice. So you've got the super size ones. Love that. Really different. Brilliant on your, you know, your books and maybe on boxes. So I've got a case at home that I've started decorating. That'd be ace on there. You've got your different sizes and they're all really, really decorative, right down to the little one. See, look at the little one. Beautiful. I really like these. As ever, I love MDF shows because they smell so good. It's all about the smells. Do you know what? It's all about the smells today. We've just had that gorgeous coffee show. If you missed that, please check that. We've got our spice show coming up later. And at the minute, I've got MDF, all the good smells.
Definitely.
All the good smells. I mean, I do love a little bit of MDF. Now, you can see on here, the key at the side there with some of the other elements that we've got on the show. But yeah, really nice. They make a statement with being so big.
They do, yeah, absolutely. You can, you know, you can put your theme around the key if you want. It could be the focal point. Or you could just have it blended in.
Yeah.
As I've done with this one, you know. But I just love them. I love them.
Cracking, that one. OK, we're approaching 20%. Very, very busy. Only £11.99. You're saving £3 today, but you've got 15 of those keys. 825 8 445 is your item number. Now, next, you've got your beautiful floral frames. So with these, what you've got, first of all, you've got your actual base. You're then getting your little elements that you'll slot in, and dead easy to do. You can see the grooves in there to slot those in. So that will create the actual frame. You've got the flowers. So you've got 2 of your large flowers, super size, to fit in there. I'll tell you what I love, though, the way these have been designed. That's really clever, isn't it?
It is. So you've got the exact shapes to raise up your little flower pot there.
That's really cool.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, so that'll go there and that'll just sit in there like that. Yeah, they're really, really cool and different.
They're absolutely different. And what I love about this kit as well, you've got 2 flowers, you've got 2 of the frames. You could split them up if you wanted to.
Yes.
You know, you could use your frame for something else.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
With this one, I've done a little bit of stamping in the background on this.
Oh, I love that.
And then made the flower as the focal point.
Yeah.
I've got one coming up. I'm going to use papers and embellishments on it.
Yeah,
so
that's well cool.
Yeah, I love it. I had such a lovely time doing all of these samples. I really did, and I love that they are really big.
Yes.
You can really go to town and do some of your bigger pieces.
Yeah, because that would look, how I'd like that, I'd like a really ornate background, and then I'd actually like to do that in silhouette, just in black.
Yes.
You know, because they'd look quite... There's so many ways of doing
You're
it, isn't there?
speaking my language there, Leonie. I've got something very similar
Boom!
there.
I didn't look. I promise I didn't look. I do that all the time. I like them. Now, again, you are getting your 2 frames, your 2 flowers, your little pots there for £10 for £9.99. Really good price. 635 938 is your item number if you'd like to go for those. Now, next we've got, and this is just such a cracker. It's one of those kits where you'll decorate it, but you'll use it again and again and again. It's a great gift as well. Obviously, with this one, I mean, this one's been designed. Happy Father's Day. It'll hold your beers in there or your bottles.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And there's your bottle opener.
I know, perfect, isn't
Boom.
it? Absolutely.
Yeah. Perfect indeed.
Yeah, so I'm going to do this as my first demo, but I've switched out the Father's Day and I've got a Happy Birthday. So you don't have to use anything if you don't want to.
Of course you don't.
So, you know, use it for any occasion.
Yeah, it definitely whatever you want it to be. Absolutely, it can be Happy Mother's Day. It's whatever you want it to be. Thing is with this one as well, it's a really nice size, so it doesn't have to be for the bottles. I do think it's nice for the, you know, because you get those posh bottles, the beer, don't you?
You do.
I like buying my stepdad them.
You've got a nice roomy you know, area there to put your beers in. So if you did go for the bigger ones, then you know you should be absolutely fine.
Yeah. And you've got your little bottle opener. You've even got, not only have you got the space for the bottle opener, you've even got the bottle opener in the kit.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that they give you that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's such a nice touch, isn't it?
Thinks of everything. So you've got all the bits there, dead easy to assemble, and then obviously you can start decorating the fun bit. £9 and only £9.99. So it's such a good price.
It really is, and also you don't have to use the little part with the bottle holder in. You could leave that off and put wine in it instead.
Yes, literally everything.
Yeah.
Could be just a craft card, it could be whatever you want it to be.
Smellies can go in, couldn't they?
Your spices, your lovely spices. I tell you what, the lovely little packs of coffee.
Oh, yeah.
Seeing as I can see them over at the other side.
Yeah.
Little packs, honestly, all sorts of them. And actually, because I drink, you know, the nice coffee at home, and your little packs, keeping them in there, but then you can keep them out, but they'll look nice.
Yes.
You know, because you can decorate that really nicely.
They really would, yeah. Yeah,
and
definitely.
actually, you could just paint it so it's the same colour as your kitchen. You know, you don't even need to go for it. It's up to you. Now, only £9.99. That is 432501. Next. This is well handy. Your ribbon holder. What I like about this, and it's something that a lot of ribbon holders do, they put the bar through it.
Yes.
Don't like that.
No.
Because it stops me actually. Yeah.
You like have to take so many off, don't you, before you then get like rid of the one that you've used.
And it's only specific ones that'll go on. Whereas this, if I just take a few off, you get in the ribbon. So this isn't just for fancy. You get in the ribbon, but you can see it's actually on a little shelf. So you've got the shelf, so you'll be able to fit loads of different sizes, which is dead important, because the ones with the rails, they have to be really specific. But with this one, you fit loads of different ribbons in here. And you can see how many you've got. Dead easy to restock, dead easy to get the ribbon out that you need.
Yeah.
Really nice idea.
I mean,
I like
for that,
these.
I mean, 15 reels of ribbon are more than $19.99.
Yeah, exactly. And it's your satin ribbon. Lovely colour collection there. I mean, you've got some beautiful ribbons on there. Plus, of course, you've got all you need to make the actual storage like that. You're saving £10 as well today. Only £19.99 your price. 667548. Look at yellow. Your item number. I'm going to mention as well, because I haven't mentioned these yet, but you've got on the that's been decorated with this. Can you see you've got the lovely little stars? They've been decorated on the sides. Now, we have got on the show some self-adhesive MDF pieces. I'll show you other side, like that. And with these, you are getting tons.
You are. Absolutely.
I reckon. Has this been on before, or is this new? This is new.
Yeah, it is new. I think the idea, he brought it a little while ago and it was very, very popular, so, yeah.
I'm surprised. In fact, now I've shown you, I reckon this will be a sellout because, look, you've got adhesive both sides already. So that means you can put your glitters on here. You can put your wonderful gilding flakes on there. You know, you could use all sorts on there, even your embossing powders. You can, because it's glued on both sides, you can use whichever side you want. The other side, of course, you can glue onto your project. You've got 100 pieces for just £9.99. And I like these little ones as well.
Yeah.
They're really, really handy. I really like this kit. That is such a good kit.
I love it. I absolutely love it. And I've been having a lovely time with all of the gilding flakes.
Yeah.
And you can just peel bits off as you go, especially that little bee is so cute. I've got one here that's made up. I don't know if you'll be able to just see that, but...
All right, we're coming in.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I don't know if we can get close-ups of that. Oh, yeah, hold on, bear with. Oh, yeah, I'm believing you.
Wow, that's good.
See, look at it.
Look at that.
Yeah,
so I've got different colour gilding flakes.
I love it. Absolutely love it. Well done, Marcus. Here you go. Now then, if you do want those, you've got 100 pieces there. That is cracking. And for £9.99, an absolute bargain. Butterflies, bumblebees, stars and hearts. Please check your baskets out with that one. 244050, your item number. If you would like to get hold of those, we've got gilding flakes as well, so check the website for those. Now, another one. This is that lovely little box. So you've got your gorgeous little sewing box. And this, I mean, this is the decorated one, which looks ace. You've also got your buttons as well with this. But you see, that'll come up and that'll open to give you, see, your little sewing box. I like this one.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
And I like that the lid is, it's also got your little box in there as well.
You know what we're like when we've like got pins everywhere, haven't we? So it's nice to have a little box just to throw those in while you're working.
Yeah.
And go, you know, and use the centre parts as your reels and your little pieces that go inside the machine, what they call the little spools, aren't they?
Yeah, really handy. And you will notice, actually, the texture on there, using the stencils, brand new today, and we have got those. So you're getting your lovely little box. You're then getting, and look at the buttons. The buttons
you get so many buttons with it as well, so you don't have to obviously use them for all of those.
I love them. And they're really nice, thick MDF.
And do you know what? I was wondering whether they could be used for, you know, Gina Barrett, is it, that does the buttons?
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if you could actually do some of her techniques on those.
I bet you could.
Yeah.
I bet you could, because they are sturdy.
Yeah.
OK, this is really busy. 40% of the stock has gone. 159275 is your item number. If you want this, you are going to have to check your baskets out. Saving £5, but very busy. 159275, your item number. Really like that. That is cute. Now, last but by no means least, your frames. Now, these are big frames. I'm not going to touch those because I know it'll all end in tears. But you can see just how big they are. And that is just one frame. You're actually getting in each collection, you're getting 3 frames. So you get the backing, and then you get the actual frame. So you've got these in your different size, in your different shapes. So you've got your oval, you've got the square, you've got the circle, and then you've got the rectangle. So you have got your 4 different sizes. Now, your choice. You could go for your individuals. If you're going for your individuals, we've got an introductory price on that. There should be $14.99, but you're saving a £5, so you're only paying $9.99. Now remember, you're getting your different sizes. So you could save that £5 straight away. However, if you want to go for all 4, not only have you got that that saving carried forward, so that's a £20 saving carried forward, but you've also got an extra £10 saving. So £30 saving altogether. You're getting all 4 designs. That means you're getting 3, 6, 9, 12 different. It's early on and you're not reading again. You're getting 12 different frames, and of course that means 24 pieces essentially for £29.96. So you're actually saving £30 off the proper price that these are meant to be, and they are. Again, these are substantial.
They really are. And again, you could double your kit by using them separately.
Yeah.
You know, use your frames on around a piece, you know, of a different MDF, or use them as a topper to some of your MDF. Look at those bees on there.
Yeah.
So beautiful. Don't
And they're
sell
the
out of them, please.
And I love it because you've got the bees, you've got the butterflies, you've got the buttons, you've got the keys, everything, and you've got the stencil, everything that we've got on today's show.
Yeah, and the paper that I've used there as well, that's also on the website. There's some beautiful papers I'm going to be using that you can get by searching on the website.
Amazing.
So, yeah,
amazing.
lovely ones.
Right, if you want these, your wonderful frames, only £29.96 your price. Remember, you are making a massive saving here. 213-800, your item number.
Wow.
Now, we have chatted loads about the website. You'll see your wonderful collection of MDF, but you're also going to see on the website that fantastic happy hour deals. Remember, those happy hour deals only available for this hour, so if you do want them, check your baskets out. Don't forget those wonderful MDF adhesive pieces as well, because they're really, really cool. We have got some mediums on the show, so we have got cardstock there. We've got your wonderful gilding flakes that you've seen in action on the wonderful bees. We've also got your textured structure paste. Oh, crackle medium. We do love a good crackle medium. And then your happy hour deals. So loads of goodies. Have a little look, see what you want, check your baskets out. But over to Tina, my love, what are we doing first?
Oh, I'm too excited. So I'm going to do this lovely bottle crate.
Lovely.
And what I've done is I put on like a bit of a paint effect, which is sort of like rusty, okay? And then I've had some of these, and this is one of the papers in the packs that are on the website. They're just beautiful, and it's like newspaper sheets. Like prints, and they've got so many different patterns on the different sheets that are in the pack, and they're big packs as well, so well worth it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to turn over and do this side, and what I'm going to use, let me just pop that to one side so that you can see what I'm doing, is I'm using Leblanche's mixed media liquids.
Marvellous.
Okay.
Yeah, they're nice, them, aren't they?
Oh, I love them. I use them quite a lot for all sorts of things. I liked them that much, I got them twice.
I did. I'd like them because they look, when you put them out, they look like they're going to be really intense.
Yeah.
But then they just give you this incredible kind of wash, don't they?
They do. So I'm just going to put a little bit of each of the colours in.
And your very nice clean palette.
I know.
Get you.
I know, it seems a shame, didn't it, to use it?
Telly palette.
Everyone's got a telly palette, haven't they?
No, they haven't, love. No. You're talking to the girl who definitely hasn't got a telly palette.
Oh dear. So I'm going to
fine
start
thing.
just by taking a little bit of each of the colours and basically popping it on.
Gorgeous.
So you'll get different sort of like effects depending on which colour you use most of, you know, but
which is
you can
most
go
dominant.
from there. That's right. So I'm just stippling it on so I get that. What I love about these paints is it does give you texture, doesn't it, this?
Yeah.
So first I'm stippling and then I'm going to blend in so that then I'm now getting the rusty look, you know?
Beautiful. And it's nice because this is on black. Is that black gesso as
It is
well?
black gesso, yes, sorry, I should have said that. I always coat, well, I say always, I don't always coat my MDF in gesso, but a lot of the time it's advisable, because if I didn't, then these lovely paints that I'm using would soak in.
Yeah.
So the gesso gives it a really, really wonderful base.
Yeah. It makes it so you can work on it and not lose the paint. Obviously, check gesso out. We've got it on the website.
Exactly. And what I find with these as well is they dry really quick, don't
Yeah,
they?
they do.
As well. So
Yeah,
that's
definitely
really,
feel it.
really good.
Yeah. I do like MDF. It's something like that. I mean, brilliant for so many different techniques. But if you've got lovely stencils, are great for stencils because you really see it. If you've got decorative papers, you really see it, don't you? Because you've got a big surface area.
Absolutely.
It's the same with the frames. I like big surface areas when you're using, you know, all your lovely papers and things.
Me too, me too. And I think because you can then add your own texture, can't you? You can add your own texture, your own, you know, pieces of work that you want to add, you know, your own embellishments. So there we go. So that's really quick, but we get the idea.
Beautiful.
Okay. So it does dry quickly, but I am going to just give it a quick blast so that I can go onto the paper.
While you're blasting, I am going to remind everybody about those keys. If you do want the keys, because I'm stood in front of them essentially, if you do want the keys, please check your baskets out with these, because they have been super busy and they are absolutely gorgeous. Only mentioning these because I'm here, but obviously they would work on the side of that box. They would work, a few of those, like your sizes, would work on the handle. I mean, they're really handy. And actually, I mean, if you have a look, see, I reckon it's going to be little one. Oh, yeah. Mind you, look. You could just about... Oh, no, it's a little one. So you'd have to use the little one. But if you're not going to be using the handle, if this is just decorative, then that would actually look quite beautiful on the front of there. Wouldn't it look cool? Because if you're not using it as an actual handle, that'd look beautiful. You could be putting Easter eggs in there. When is it Easter? Is it next week? Yes. The weekend after. Oh, plenty of time then. Plenty of time. Anyway, if you do want your keys, $11.99 is your price. 825-845 is your item number. Okay.
So now I want to add the newspaper, so it looks like it's the rust is sort of like the newspaper's underneath the rust, if you like. Okay. So I've got the paper, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to tear it. And I'm not worried if I'm tearing towards me or away from myself, because I'm like, you know, it's fine if I've got a white edge or if I've just got the plain edge. So that's absolutely fine. So then taking my gel medium and giving a nice old coat of gel medium to my paper.
I'm really rather into all the collage stuff.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it? You know, it's quite easy to do as well, whether you rice paper, whether it is just regular paper, whether it's just stampy stuff.
This is a lovely kind of decoupage paper that this is printed on. It's really nice.
And
so
that's on website, did you say?
Yeah.
If you do want your paper, you know what to do. Check out the website.
Just using my gel medium to get that over, and as we know, it seals it as well, so that's good. Now I can wrap that round, or I can just pull that off.
Lovely.
So that's looking
And obviously
good
gel
there.
medium's good because then you can work on top of it, can't you?
Absolutely.
Get away with stuff.
So that's great there. I love that because it looks like it's been sort of like the rust is over it, isn't it? It looks like it's sort of blended into the rust. So we can put another bit there, I think.
Lovely. I like things like this.
Me too.
So
And
you
I
can
would,
personalise them.
you know, if we had the time, I would be doing layer after layer after layer of different things, you know.
Yeah. You do well though, because you know, when you've had a graphic 45 show, normally it goes on everything, doesn't it? So you've done well to sort of, it's like, no, I'm using these papers today.
Yes. You notice a couple of the samples do have the graphic 45 on them. Because how can you not?
Yeah, exactly.
So there we go. So that is going quite nicely onto there. So we've got
Marvellous.
that. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get, I love these. These are the Deco Art metallic lustres.
Ooh.
Yes. So
Lovely.
we have one of those. Now let me just, where's my brush that I was going to use? I could use that one, that's fine. And then I'm going to just grab one of the stencils. The stencils are great. They've got lots of little different bits in them. They're really, really good.
We haven't mentioned these yet, have we?
Yeah. So they're border stencils, but obviously you can use them all over if you want to.
Yeah. I like the different size as well for a change.
Yeah, exactly. It's they are really, really good.
With the stencils, you are getting, I can show you those, so you're getting your different sizes, as I said. So you're getting 8 stencils, so you get your large stencils there. And you can see there's quite a lot of movement going around there, which looks really, really effective.
Yeah.
You've got your smaller stencils at the bottom there. But again, really, really nice details for those. And then the next 4, not as long, but there's, again, lots of movement going on. You can see all sorts in there, fishes and under the water plants. Do you know what I mean? You can definitely see the fish on that one. Yeah, and that one is definitely like coral, isn't it? Now, seaweed all floating around, but it doesn't have to be. Could just be foliage, could just be a random pattern. So if you do want those, £11.99, and you're getting all of those 8 border stencils for that price. 944240 is your item number. Are you just putting your lovely gilding through that?
I am. I'm putting the lustres through there, and just in random places, just on here. So as I say, with my layers, what I would do is after this one, then I would probably get my white inks out with an ink pad, like a stamp and all this business, you know, and really go for it. So just going to do a little bit on the handle there.
Do you always decorate after you've made up? After you've made the Muduff up?
Yes, I do, because I think, really and truly, I can't wait to see what it looks like.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of impatience as well. And not only that, MDF will swell.
Yeah.
So if you're not careful, then it will be harder to put together.
Yeah. So if you go and put paint on it, then it will swell and then it won't fit together.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So-
I've done that, obviously, loads of times.
Yeah, I mean, you can get around it by just sanding slightly on the bits that have got to fit in, but you don't really want to do it. And what I will say about Ross Papercraft is their fit is fantastic.
Yeah.
The sewing box, apart from just underneath the lid of the sewing box where you stick on like your part, like the lip, I put that one together without any glue.
Really?
Yeah, because
Amazing.
it just pops together beautifully.
Oh, that says this has been super busy. 50? Yeah, right, 50% of the stock has gone. I really like that. I think it's absolutely beautiful. And obviously with something like this, it's really, really handy as well. You've got that lovely little top box, and that you can put all sorts in. You're also getting your little buttons. Little buttons, I mean, that's huge. Your big buttons. They are your Muduff, and they're quite thick. So I reckon you'll definitely be able to use those as the real McCoy, because they're quite sturdy. I don't know about putting through a washing machine, however, so don't do that. But yeah, really like this. Then you've got, do you know on the actual box, do you get those embellishments as well?
Yes, you do.
Oh, wow. Because look, there's a little pair of scissors there, and then at the back, there's a couple of embellishments there as well. The old iron and pincushion. So you get your other little embellishments with the actual box. Now, only £9.99. No wonder it's been busy. A tenner. I mean, that is brilliant. Brilliant to make to sell as well. 159275 is your item number. Back to you.
Okay, so I've just gone and put some of the random bits of stencil and everything on there. So now I've got my happy birthday. So my happy birthday is going to be coloured in this as well. So straight onto the MDF this time, because I'm just brushing over.
Marvellous. And if you haven't got any MDF words, I mean, you could put your a stamp sentiment on there.
Absolutely,
you know, you could use anything.
You could, if you've got like an MDF tag or something like that, you could do your writing onto the tag.
Yeah.
and then, you know, pop that on.
MDF is ace though, you know, because, well, yeah, if you've got your little die cuts, you put them on and then you can get that as like, you can use them as textures, can't you, as well?
Yeah, and the more you die
pretty.
cut and build up, the bigger obviously the texture is. So I'm just going to brush in some of this paint that I used before, just to age it slightly. Like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
like that.
Good. So then, that I'm going to pop on the side of the crate this time, I think. Why not, rather than the handle?
Not? Why not? Be a rebel.
So there, and my gel medium will dry clear. So that's good. So just putting that to one side just for a second.
Okay.
And then I'm going to bring in these gorgeous
we
pieces
like these.
of stuff.
Do you think these have been you're a little bit addicted to these?
It's lovely. So I'm just taking off, as you can see, you've got this gorgeous adhesive, and it's really, really, really strong adhesive.
I like that it's already on it, so you're not having to faff trying to cut a double-sided sticky tape heart.
And it's over there completely.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you've got it on both sides, so what you can do is you can decorate both sides, then punch a little hole in and use them as a, you know, like the dangly thing, or you can just pop them on.
That would make the easiest little decorations, wouldn't they?
Okay, so we're going to go in with our gilding flakes.
Wonderful.
And just pop these over. See, look how it takes it straight away.
Gilding flakes, if you do want those,
we can just pop it in.
they're in at the bottom. And they're great. I love a bit of gilding.
Me too.
$11.99 is your price for those. Yeah, it looks so good, doesn't it, gilding?
Yeah, and I find with these as well that I can just press on and then rub over with my thumb.
And enough
and
comes away.
And then you get that lovely texture going on.
Yeah.
That's one.
Beautiful. And I like that you've got your other colours as well in your gilding.
Definitely.
Decent sized pots as well. Are they the actual size pots?
They are. This is Crafty Devils. I think you get all three. You get like the gold and the copper as well. Yeah.
Good grief! For $11.99, that is really good. 3? That is really good. Have we not got it in real life?
Yeah, look.
£11 that you can't really tell the size of that pot in there. £11.99 is your price. You're getting all 3 pots for that price. Absolutely incredible. And you are saving £6 there. I don't think we've got them in real life. Yeah, love those. Saving £6. Oh, you've got them in real life. Thank you. I don't like seeing pictures. I want to see the product, man, because you want to see the size of them pots.
Yeah.
That's a good price.
Exactly.
I'm loving the copper. That's beautiful.
Yeah. I love them. Absolutely love them.
Yeah, check your baskets out there. They're good. 046241. So much more. Oh, no wonder you're getting carried away with this. You have loads.
And you sort of like put that back in the pot, so
yeah. Because that's it with gilding flakes.
What's wrong with you?
You can get a little bit like twitchy, can't you? You know, they're a bit precious. They look so good, the gilding flakes, though.
There. I just put that over here and put some back in.
Lovely.
I can feel the eyes that are staring at me.
You're not wrong. I mean, horrendously, we're thinking, oh, she's not got any paper underneath it. Why? They're not so many flakes she's got. Rebel, she don't care. I'll show you. I'm going to remind you about these because these are busy. If you do want, you've got 100 pieces in here. What I like, you've got your shapes, so you've got your little butterflies, you've got your cheeky little bumblebees, you've got all your gorgeous stars in your different sizes, you've got your hearts as well in there, all double-sided adhesive on these. You've also got your little squares, and the little squares, I'm trying to find some, these are lovely for pattern building. So you've got your little squares in there as well. Imagine them with your gilding on. Now, half of the stock has gone in this one. I knew this would be busy. I mean, for that price, £10, now you're getting all of those. And the fact that they've got the double-sided adhesive on, putting double-sided adhesive edge to edge on something like that is a pain. An absolute pain. So being able to buy these with it already done, You know, I think that is amazing. They're going to look really good just in your glitters, your embossing powders on there. There's so much you can do. Honestly, that is so time saving. £9.99 is your price there. And it's good thick MDF as well. So you've got that nice, you see, I like that. I like that you get the dark ridge of the MDF. I think that looks really good.
You could paint rounds as well. And you know, like those really like tiny glass beads
Oh,
and stuff
yeah,
like that.
they look gorgeous.
Yeah, because this is really, really, you know,
Good,
really
sticky.
good sticky.
Yeah.
So one I've popped on here.
Beautiful.
We're going to have the other one we pop just here as well. Like that.
Yeah, they're
And
real
then we'll
handy.
have
then.
one this side as we've got our happy birthday the other side.
Love that.
So see how simple that is? You'd be like,
Yeah.
you know, wait, and especially if you do that where you have to wait for your glue just to get tacky a little bit as well
Yeah.
before you add things. There.
Well, it's just getting it to, it just saves so much time.
Exactly. So then we even get the opener. So that pops in nicely there.
Boom. Amazing. Thank you, our
It's
lovely
gorgeous,
Tina.
isn't it? I love it.
Yeah, it's just such a good product, isn't it?
It is.
It's such a handy product. If you do want your crate, it's up to you how you decorate it. I mean, what I personally love about it is I like your MDF when they're these big expansive areas. Whether you're using some I love on my MDF, yeah, your papers definitely, because you really see your papers. I love using, and I've got them next week, your Pinty Plus, your spray paints. Love that on MDF. Love it on MDF. And again, if you're using your stencil on there, it looks absolutely beautiful. And if you're using a spray paint, you can even actually spray inside before you put it together because you don't clog things up as much. I absolutely love that. It's a cracking kit. You've even got, of course, your little bottle opener. I love that they've got the box to put it in and you've got the actual bottle opener. That kit, £9.99. 432501 is your item number if you'd love to go for that, saving £3. Now, I'm just going to give you some quick reminders. So, first of all, your wonderful ribbon holder. Yeah, I like this. I think it's a really good idea. Not only do you get the kit to make the holder itself, but you are getting all the ribbon that you can see that, and there's some beautiful colours. I love this because it's not the bar, it's a little shelf. And that little shelf is really, really handy. So you've got that in there, and you can see it's a little decorative shelf. Yeah, I really like that. I think it's a good idea. And then, of course, there's loads of ways you can decorate it with, of course, the adhesive. And, you know, the crackle paste that we've got on the show. Cheeky bit of crackling going on there. If you do want to go for that, your ribbon holder, only £19.99, your price. 667548, your item number for that one. We've then got your wonderful little sewing box. Now, this is so busy. I am not surprised. It's cracking. It's just such a nice kit to make. 60% of the stock has gone. You've got the actual box. You've got the embellishments. So you've also got the lovely little old iron there. When we went to India, this is just such a... when we went to India, there were a lady and she was using one of the massive old irons, and it was on, I think it was on, was it on a fire plate? It was something like that she had to keep putting it down. And honestly, that woman must have been so strong because it weighed a ton, and she was slamming it onto fabric, but she was putting it onto, I think it were a hot fire or something to actually heat it. And that's what it reminded me of. Anyway, sorry. That was me going off on a tangent. It's because it reminded me. But it was just like, wow. Just what a job. Especially in the heat as well, working with a proper hot iron. You've also got the lovely scissors as well. So really nice boxes that, and dead handy. And I love the way that opens so easy. You know, it's really clever how everything fits together. You've even got your little buttons on this as well. Lovely quality. Only £9.99, 159-275, your item number for that one. Now, those massive frames, and these are impact. I mean, the biggest frame in that must be, what's that going to be, 10 inches? 12 inches maybe? It is huge. Your big frame is huge. 30 centimetres, 12 inches, isn't it? I think, thereabouts.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
30s,
is.
yeah.
I only remember that because of the school ruler.
Me too.
Literally, after that, I am lost and clueless. But school ruler, I'm all right. Yeah, these are brilliant because you've got your big frame. You've got the frame and you've got the backing. So you've got the big frame. Now you've got your 3 different sizes. So your single, you're saving £5. Should be £14.99 for that kit. However, if you want to go for your separates, you can go for whatever size you want. You know, you've got the oval, the rectangle, the circle and the square to choose from. So you could do that. You could go for them separately. However, if you're going for the full lot, so you're going for all 4 different designs, which is going to give you 12 frames altogether, it says you're saving £10. Now, that's on the already reduced price. The reduced price, you're saving a £5 on each one. So effectively, that £20 savings carried forward, and then an extra £10 saving is added to that, which means for the whole collection, you're only spending £29.96, and they have got some real impact with them. I mean, you're going to be making those into picture frames for, you know, family photographs. You can do anything with these, quite frankly, and they're lovely for all your decorative papers, and of course all your different MDF goodies that are on there, the texture paste, the stencils and all the other MDF elements. Now 213800 is your item number. Please check those out. Remember those happy hours, you have got those happy hours as well. If I just show you, so now I've just got the blue, the green, the gold and the silver. So that silver's lovely. The gold and the silver. So I am missing, I'm missing the yellow. Oh, I know. So we are missing the yellow, but at least you get to see the sizes. This is lovely thick paint as well, only £9.99. You're saving £11.31, so that's where the yellow sits. 025245 is your item number, or you can just go for the metallics. And with the metallics, you're getting 3 of the silver, 2 of the gold, and that is a really nice soft metallic. They're beautiful. And with that, only £9.99. 170649 for this hour only. You're making that £11.31 saving. So please check your basket out. Happy hour. Now back to you, Artina.
Okay, so I'm going to use one of the frames this time, and it's the one with the lovely great big flowers and the flower pot in there.
Flower frame.
So again, that gorgeous paper. This is another one of it, a script that comes in with it. Isn't that just beautiful? So if you're not a stamper, because one of my favourite stamps is a script stamp. I love a script stamp. So if you're not a stamper and but you love the script, then this is a really good option for you.
Yeah, we need to do have a look at those papers, won't you, on the website? Because yeah, the papers are lovely that you've been using.
They are beautiful, really beautiful. And it's funny because you know, I know when I love something and then I start working for like a company, it's because I've already got some of their stuff, you know. And I had these all like already. I had ones and they had some cogs on them as well. I think that was one of the things that were on them. They got some beautiful patterns on them.
Yeah,
they really have. And I had brought those myself before starting with Ross Papercraft, along with a lot of his MDF.
It's nice, isn't it, when you get to work for them? It's that result.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's a nice paper, that. I like that a lot.
Yeah. So I've just got a bit of the glue on top, but that's okay because that will dry clear.
Beautiful.
So that's given us a lovely base to start with. And as we were looking at these before, it's really good. Now, I don't have to position that there now because on the actual base, you did have the marking where your pot went.
Yeah.
But if I wanted to now, I could just pop it over to one side.
Oh, see, now I really like that.
Yeah.
I
and
really
then I can
like
pop
that in
like
the black.
That. Do you see what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Yeah, I really like that.
So let's pop a little bit of adhesive on.
And the frame is such a simple one to put together, isn't it?
It is, most definitely. And then,
yeah, I like that.
And you know, I had this idea as well because I'm really into my resin at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
I love playing with resin. And I would seal these edges and the corners
Yeah.
really well with glue. Do something in the base and then
Yeah.
fill it with resin.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice. And you could then put your gilding flake in it, in the resin.
Oh,
That'd be nice.
that'd be great, wouldn't it?
Because I suppose you could do a layer,
Yeah.
put your gilding flake over it, and then another layer of
Do
resin
you think
so
they'll
it
let me
looks
have another
trapped.
6 hours? Do you think,
Eh?
do you think they'll let me have another 6 hours to do all the different bits I want to do?
Probably, love.
Yeah.
It'd be right. Do you know, I don't play with resin as much as when I get it, because sometimes I get shows where I've got resin in and then it's like, oh, this is so good. But, at home it's time, but you can do so much with it.
I did a sample yesterday and Adam was quite taken with it, and what it was is I've got a mould of a journal cover,
Yeah.
and I put one of the embellishment cards within the resin.
Oh,
so the journal cover was like resin,
Yeah,
and
that's
the actual
cool.
graphic 45 thing was embedded in it.
Yeah, that's a lovely idea.
So I've made some of these up already, again with my gilding flakes. So if I just pop that to one side,
Beautiful.
because I want to show you how to use these ones where you've got the little bits. So what's really, really good is each one of these is cut separately.
Oh,
so,
that's handy.
yeah. So just popping those out.
I did wonder how you'd done it, because I thought, good grief, she's done this well. She's got all the segments different.
So just popping those out. So there we you could use your pokey tool. Yeah. You lose the power to speak properly, don't you, when you're
just
on here?
daily.
You just forget,
I'm not gonna lie.
you know, what you're supposed to be saying, and
It's
so
when
if you
something wrong comes out.
Oh, don't.
Oh,
I've had that this week. Oh my gosh, it's been funny.
It's awful sometimes.
Yeah. And they're just so stupid things as well
Yeah.
that come out of your mouth. It's just, you know.
Ridiculous. Yes, I know this. I will show the one you've done in a minute, but I'll let you show. Because
Okay.
look at that. So it's a teeny diddly little bit, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's really handy.
So you just pop it on. And look how that is just going to stick to those bits. And then you can pop this part off.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. And then I'm going to use a little bit of the gold.
Perfect. Yeah, I did think, gosh, she's done amazing with these.
She's so precise.
Little did I know your secrets.
So there. Then we just brush that off. So we can see, look at the line of those come in.
Beautiful.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Yeah,
It's
that
so
is lovely.
cute.
Yeah, that is lovely.
See?
And it does look, when they're done, they look really
They
effective.
do. And what you've got is you've got around the edge here as well, so don't forget that little line around the edge of his wings.
Oh, yeah.
So get your gold in there as well, or whatever it is you're using.
Amazing.
And then we pick out his gorgeous little wings. Like that.
Oh, yeah. And it comes off quite easy, considering you're
does.
not using your poker tool.
No, and I don't have any nails either, so considering I'm picking that off like that, you know, it's actually a miracle, to be honest.
You haven't sworn once. You're
No.
amazing, Tina.
Do you know, like my... so I do swear.
Yeah.
Just not on TV, and my mum sits there like on eggshells sometimes because she thinks she's gonna do it.
So especially if something goes wrong, people are like, ooh.
And especially like, you know, when we're having a laugh and a giggle and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like that, because
yeah.
that's when it starts to come out, isn't
Yeah.
it? And you're like, oh no.
Mine's worse when I really like, really like something.
Yeah.
And I often use not a bad swear, but a swear to say, that's really good, you know. And
Yeah.
so I have to be dead careful with that.
There we go.
Oh, I love that.
I know, it's so cute.
That looks really good.
Oh.
The gilding, look at the way it shines. Just beautiful, isn't it?
It's gorgeous.
Can I show some of them on the frame that Tina's finished? Because look, they're the little bumblebees. So you've got your little bumbles, How cute are those? If you do want these, remember you have got 100 pieces here that are already double-sided adhesive. If you do want to go for them, you're going to have to be quick with those because they are so popular. In fact, 70% of the stock has gone. You've got another show today as well, haven't you, Tina?
Yeah.
Yes, at 2 o'clock. So if you do want these before we get to 2 o'clock, just in case, then make sure... I'll put them down. Make sure you check your baskets out. £9.99 is your price.
Okay, so now I'm just going to...
And get that gilding flakes. Those gilding flakes are a cracking price.
I know.
3 huge tubs.
Just
cracking price,
mixing up my
right?
gilding flakes a bit now with this one.
Mix it up.
Yeah, definitely. Just go for it. There. Leonie's going to come behind with a little bag afterwards, aren't you? And then pop all this in.
Be like, oh, not wasting any of that, love. It's funny, actually, because as we scoop up, like, inks and stuff, I mean, really, if you do have just a, you know, just double-sided tape, you can literally just put it on a bit of paper and scoop up the scraps, can't you?
Yeah. What I've been doing is, because we've got on the show as well, we've got these great big boards, like we've got A4...
oh yeah,
12 by 12.
Yes,
and what
yes,
I've
yes.
been doing is when I've been prepping, I've been actually doing everything on one of those boards.
That's a good idea.
So all of my different paints are going on there, and it's all going to be texture and everything. So it's all good. Okay.
I think that's a very good idea because normally I'd use like big pieces of paper, but that's ace.
Yeah, yeah. So I was going to have my little heart just on here. Like that.
Oh, that's nice. That looks really good on the black.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, that looks so effective.
And then we've got our lovely butterflies. I'm going to have in the background just there with those. Like that.
Oh, that looks lovely.
A little bee coming in here.
I think with it being a black background, it makes those pop even better,
It really
doesn't it?
does. I was debating whether to use my Luscious and bring out that, but I really love the black.
I do. I think, yeah, it just frames everything.
Do we need another butterfly? I think we're there.
I think
on
you're
that,
there.
don't you?
Yeah, that's really pretty.
There. So
Love
shall I
it.
turn that round for you?
Absolutely,
We've got the lovely
love
script
it,
in the
I think
background,
that.
and when that dries,
Oh, yeah.
that's going to look fantastic.
And remember, if you do want that gorgeous paper, have a look on the
Look at the
website.
script.
Because that is on there, and that is, yeah, lush. Gilding flakes.
I would
roll.
dust off my pot there as well.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit.
Just off the pot. Now, please check your baskets out because obviously really busy. We have got another hour. What have you got planned for next hour, our lovely Tina?
I've got the sewing books. I've got a frame. I've got the holder for the ribbons. I've got like a lovely piece of artwork.
You're going to be busy then, kid.
Yeah. So it depends what we want to see.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah.
I mean, that's if the sewing box is left. I must admit that has been so busy.
Oh.
So, yeah, who knows? Our Yanis will be back with our Tina then at 2 o'clock, so don't miss out on that. If you do want those wonderful flower frames that you've just seen Tina decorating, absolutely beautiful. I mean, you're getting your 2 flowers, which are huge. Huge. You've got your frames, and with the frames you've got the blank canvas, but then you've got these that slot in so easy. You've then got, and I really like the way these have been designed, because you've got the little opening there where that's going to sit in. That'll go on top, so it'll be flush, absolutely flush, and that's the kind of result you're going to get, which does look really, really cool. And I like the frames. They do remind me of little trays as well. Yes. They've got that kind of look. I even like the other side. I think that's good.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, you could use them for anything. I mean, any kind of gift, any kind of occasion. They're beautiful. And I like the fact that that's plain, because that, I mean, stenciled on it or anything's going to look good.
It is. It really is, and I just love it because I love all my all and create stamps
Yes.
and what have you. So yeah, it's really lovely to just do a really lovely background in all of your stamping, and then put your big chunky elements on.
Yes. Yeah, really good for all your mixed media. Now, 635-938, that's your item number if you'd love to go for those. Tina, thank you ever so much,
Thank
my
you.
love. We'll be seeing you at 2 o'clock with our lovely
Looking
Yanis.
forward to it.
Thank you. Please check your baskets out. We have got so many goodies. The prices are incredible. So please make sure you're getting all these and you're not missing out. Do shop by brand though, because we've been chatting about the paper and things like that. And honestly, if you shop by brand, all those beautiful elements that Tina's been using will be fantastic. So please make sure you shop by brand. Now, whatever you do, don't miss out on anything that Tina's going to show us over at 2 o'clock with lovely Yanis, which is going to be really, really exciting. And obviously, if you do have a look, oh, look at that. That looks fabulous. There's lots of different cases. That big case, I can't see it properly because of my eyesight, but do check it out. Okay, everybody, for about a week now, we've been teasing everybody at home. We've been teasing our suppliers. We've even been teasing our dedicated staff because this has been a big secret and it's been highly guarded. Only a few people have known about it. We've been dying to tell you, and I've been given the honour of passing the message to you. But I'm not on my own. Me and the team have got a special announcement for the past 6 years, Hochanda's been your home of crafts, hobbies and arts.
We've got some exciting news. We've got a brand new name.
From April the 1st, we'll be changing our name to The Craft Store.
This will make it easier for you to find us when scrolling through your TV channel guides and searching for us online.
Nothing else is changing. We'll be the same Hochanda that we've always been.
We're just getting a brand new name.
Demonstration-led, full of inspiration and variety, with our own dash of personality.
Welcome to the Craft Store, your home of everything crafts.
Hi, my name's Barbara Gray from Clarity Stamp, and how did I get here? Well, when my children, Grace and Mark, were born, I left the corporate world and I took up crafting full-time. Then I had a moment of clarity, if you'll pardon the pun, and I came up with the transparent art stamp. And the rest is history, really. For the last 27 plus years, I've been pioneering the art of transparent stamping. I love teaching. For me, it's all about that. And so working with Hochanda is fantastic because it gives me the perfect platform to reach out and work with like-minded people and to be able to show some of the tricks that I've learnt along the way. If you like my style and you like what I do, then please join me, Barbara Gray, on Hochanda.
Exciting news! For the 5th year in a row, Hochanda has been awarded the top accolade of Platinum Trusted Service Award from Feefo. These awards recognise businesses that deliver exceptional experiences as rated by you, our customers, and we're honoured to have been selected. The Trusted Service Award means you can shop with confidence, based on the reviews from over 60,000 Hochanda customer experiences. Thank you for your independent reviews. It means a lot to us.
Hi, this is Els from Elizabeth Craft Designs. Elizabeth Craft Designs is a Colorado-based company. It's a family company, so husband, son, daughter all work in the company, and then a fantastic team of designers, because a company cannot exist without a great team around yourself. What we would like to share with you is my passion for crafts. We love all the concepts we have, so we have from cute till classic and beautiful designs. We love our journaling planner line, and we're going to bring you our ideas, our passion, and we hope to transfer that passion to you. So please join Elizabeth Craft Designs here at Hochanda.
Hi, I'm Charmaine from Dolly Dimples, and I've been crafting since I was a little girl, and I have a massive passion for anything crafty related. Dolly Dimples is a fictional character in Dolly Dimples Town. There's whimsical characters, fantasy characters, mythical characters. There's so much going on, so much happening in Dolly Town, and it's a fun place to be in. We have decoupage, backing papers, we have templates for 3D objects, stencils in the mix, we have dies, and lots of other things coming to you soon. Make sure you tune in for the Dolly Dimples shows on Hochanda and have some fun.
Hello, my name's Stuart and I'm the Managing Director of Oakwood Archer. Oakwood Archer is a family-run business and my son and my daughter work very hard with me to bring the best craft items to you in the UK. We specialise in high-quality items brought into the UK from all over the world, including brands like Kaisercraft, Stampendous and Impression Obsession. Working with Hochanda is fantastic for us. It gives us the opportunity to bring all of these brands and all of these products from all over the world direct to you, the crafter in the UK. Our products include stamps, dies, papers, buttons, trimmings, ribbons and album making kits. Just about everything you need to be a good crafter. So please don't miss Oakwood Archer shows on Hochanda.
Well, how exciting was that? Ooh, looking forward to all of that happening. So, this hour, we have got the most amazing hour. Brilliant company, beautiful artwork. And you can see the details on your screen for the first item. But I'm not here by myself. I've got the lovely Kate with me. Good morning, Kate. How are you doing?
Good morning. Oh, it's great to be back.
Yes. Now, it's the first time I've worked with you.
Yes.
So I know our viewers are very nosy, just like I am. So tell me a little bit about yourself and Art by Finlay.
Okay, right. So basically, I've been running my own company, Arts Findlay, which is very much about textiles. So I love doing stuff with textiles. And so I create things, and most recently, I've been getting into these kits, and I do all the design work on a tablet, and then I send it off to be printed on fabric, and then I make them into kits.
And this is beautiful because what you've got the components of a kit, but then you've got the creativity that you add to it. So it's not a case of that you have to put this item there and then stitch this on there. You have got the creativity, but you've got a fabulous, beautiful base to start with. So first item, we've got two options to share with you. Absolutely beautiful. Now, with this particular one, I mean, look at that arch window there you've got. Oh my goodness, that stitch detail. Beautiful. Now, of course, when these come to you, they're not stitched. They are just as you've got as the panels, which I'll explain to you in a moment. But this one is your church owl, and then you've got your young owls with regards to these ones as well. So these are beautiful. When they actually come to you, make sure you're picking up the right one, which I am. You are going to get your panel. So, for instance, this one is your young owls, and you've got kind of your elements there to build up your scene, Kate.
Yeah. So everything's there. It's just all ready to cut up. Okay.
Love it, absolutely love it. So you use it in whichever way you want. So of course you've got your base there, so that gorgeous scene that Kate's created, just crying out for the embellishment. But of course the embellishment comes by the way of those young owls, as you can see. I love the expression on this little one, just cocking his head to the side, being inquisitive. Then you've got the gorgeous elements at the bottom there that you're going to be able to cut out as well. And of course you've got additional pieces that you can use there, for instance, like that one where you could have them quite easily perching. So if you're wanting to get hold of the young panel and young owls panel, young panel owls, right words, just wrong order, then that is your option with that one. They're the church owl. Let me show you the church owl one. This is beautiful as well. I mean, your artistry, absolutely amazing.
Thank you. Well, I go and take a lot of photos, and in fact, this particular window for this and this church is my local church where I live in Berkshire.
Wonderful. I mean, look at that. That is a striking window, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful. Then, of course, you've got your owl there, and then, of course, you've got all the other elements that you can build up. Now, it doesn't just stop there, because you are also going to get your fuse web. You're also going to get your little bit of wadding as well. And, whoops-a-daisy, you're going to get your instructions, as you can see here as well. So this is brilliant because everything is laid out just nice and easy. Just get started as soon as it arrives. Now, we've got, obviously, you're using a machine here, but does it have to be machine embroidery?
No, you could do it by hand. I would recommend that it was machine sewn, definitely. And if you actually can do free motion, even better. But this one particularly, the church owl, is the easiest one, and I think you could actually do the whole thing just with a straight stitch.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And it's a lovely one. So if you are considering a little bit of free motion work, maybe a little bit of textile art, something a little bit different, well, you can't go far wrong with these. And you can see there, I love this because you're kind of following the flow of what you've got there, the kind of lattice work that you've got there on the window, the detail within the bird there, the owl with all the feather detail, absolutely beautiful. Phenomenal value for me. I mean, you're looking at just £34.99. So if you're wanting to get hold of this one, 320437. Now, the church owl is the one that's very slightly in the lead. There's not a lot in it. And if you do want to go for both of those, because they both are beautiful, then you can do same item number, just one post and packing. It's worth thinking about, isn't it? Next one we've got for you. Oh, my goodness, this is beautiful. Now, I'm noticing there's a theme of owls here. Do you like owls, Kate?
I do like owls, yes. I do like owls, definitely. And basically, I have got a place near us where you can go and have a day with owls and other birds of prey. And that's really what inspired this whole set of work.
I love it. Now, that wingspan, I mean, how amazing is that? Again, the panel has got all the components that you need. But when they come together, I mean, that looks absolutely incredible, Kate. Love it.
Yeah. Well, when I do the kit, I want to know that you've got absolutely everything you need. You know, there's nothing worse than finding that you actually need to go and get something else before you can start work. The only thing you need is your own threads.
Well, this is it. And we're going to have those in abundance, aren't we? Again, the elements. Let me hold that panel up so as you can see it. So you're getting a lot here. You've got that gorgeous scene, as you can see there, with all the fabulous kind of the backdrop. I love that sky as well. It's kind of got a lot of kind of presence with that sky. The birds, you can see that you're getting two of those beautiful owls in there in flight, and then at the bottom there you've got even more fabrics. If you're wanting to build up the depth of your design, then you can do. Doesn't just stop there though, because you are getting some additional bits and pieces to get you started. So talk me around what we've got here then, Kate.
Yeah, so we've got all the templates, so that will make all the trees and all the foreground sort of weed, you know, teasel type things that you want to put in the foreground. So that all fits onto the fabric that you've got.
Love the fact that you've got your photograph here, so your inspiration, so you've got an idea of where you're going with this. Absolutely amazing there. I love it. Again, your detail inside there, step by step, if you're wanting to go down that route. Of course, you've got a certain element of freedom with this one, though, because you become the textile artist, don't you, when you get this home?
Yes, yeah.
And then when you finish in your work, how to put it all together so as you can mount it and actually have it perhaps on the wall if you're wanting to. So comprehensive kit, really good fun as well. And again, just dipping your toes into those textile art waters. But you could add to this, I suppose, if you wanted beads or a little bit of organza and things, you can overlay things.
Yes. Yeah,
Gorgeous.
yeah, you could do as much stitching on top as you like, and that's really the beauty of it. You know, you could do the absolute basics, or you could really go to town, and you could, with all the grasses there, you could, you know, hand embroider into the grasses. Yeah. You really could do as much as you want on that.
Thinking a little bit of an organza overlay, maybe over the moon there, giving it that kind of mystical look. Love it. 2 flexi buys on this one of £20 each. So if you fancy getting hold of yours, 870899. Very affordable. And of course, because you've got flexi order on this one, you could spread the cost over payments over any of those others if you're wanting to add in alongside it. Now, these ones are beautiful. Now, these ones are your panels. Now, these are absolutely gorgeous. Look at this. Love this. Lovely little art quilt that you've got here. Those eyes. They just look right into you, don't they?
There's something about little owls, isn't there? And they're quite comical, aren't they?
Beautiful. Now, with this particular one, you're getting your characters, as you can see here. Aren't they beautiful? 2 little pairs, as you can see, those beady eyes watching you. And this is brilliant, 64 centimetres by 30 centimetres. So nice, perhaps, if you just want the artwork and you're wanting to build up the background, perhaps with your own fabrics.
Yes, yeah. And that's exactly what I've shown there. So on that example, I've just used the 2 little owls and I've just made up my own entire composition.
Love it. So with this one, there's no backdrop with it. It's just the main character.
Just
you can see how different fabrics have been brought in. Of course, you could be using the templates from one of the other kits to actually use your own fabrics with this one. So you just got your panel with this one for £11.99. Very, very affordable. So 792 837 if you're wanting to get hold of that. Your little owls. Beautiful. Then the next one that we've got for you is a similar sort of scenario. So with this one, again, you've got your panel with this one, but again, you're building up your scene. And I love this because if you gave this to, well, hundreds of different sewers, you get different results. I mean, on this one, you've chosen that skyline of a little town or a little village.
Yes.
But it could be a wildlife one.
Of course it could, yes.
Beautiful. Yes. Again, striking way for you to use up some of your fabrics as well. Absolutely beautiful. Now, this one is brilliant value for money. Let me bring this one in for you to see. You are getting absolutely loads within here. So you can see you've got repeats there of your owl at the top there. And again, they're kind of the different characters that we've seen on the other panels all coming together.
Yes, yeah.
Beautiful little snowy owls.
Yeah. Lots of flexibility
So
with that as to what you could do.
And really good value for money. You kind of get in, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those owls. One of them is a pairing, but of course it's up to you how you work with them, whether you keep them together or separate them up. But at least 7 different projects potentially using those for $14.99. I think you'll agree that is brilliant value for money. So certainly do consider popping that one into your basket. Now the next one we've got for you is kind of choices, options of a square panel. And this is brilliant because again, it's giving you the basis. So you've got your scene there, and these again, we've got loads of different choices with regards to these. That gorgeous artwork featuring, as you can see there. But then with this one, I'm just trying to, before I show you the different options, just to give you an idea of how you can work with those, because they're ready to go straight into a cushion panel.
Yeah, absolutely.
Look at that, they just look so fluffy. Again, you could embroider on top of these if you're wanting to, just use them as they are. But how striking are those images there? So let me show you different options with these. So you've got your first one with your young owls in an oak tree. Absolutely beautiful, as you can see. Gorgeous. Next one is the wise owl out in the forest there. Beautiful artwork. Absolutely gorgeous. Then the church owl, of course, we saw this one earlier on where you could kind of, whoops-a-daisy, it's flying away, where you could actually build up that scene yourself using the additional elements. It might be that you wanted an extra panel. Well, there you go. There's one way you can get hold of that. And of course, with the panel that we saw earlier on, you've got the separate components that you're building up. With this one, it's kind of all come together for $11.99. And then the last one that you've got there, oh, these are so cute. They're beautiful. And you've captured that fluffiness so well.
They are gorgeous, aren't they? There's just something about little owls or baby owlets, I think.
Owlets, that's true, yeah. Very, very true. So there you go. Lots of choice, lots of options with regards to those. And again, you're only looking at $11.99. So a very affordable way. You could go for multiples of these. I mean, you could choose your favourite, of course, but how can you choose between these? They're all adorable. So $11.99 for each one of those panels. If you fancy all of them, then you can get hold of them. $11.99 for each of those panels at $393,760 if you're wanting those. I've also got something that we have seen before, but you may have missed out on. I didn't see these last time, but have a look at these. The hair, again, another popular design. We do love our hairs when we are talking about the wildlife and all those gorgeous little characters that are out there that we don't always see. So why not create something where you can see every single day? 006332 if you're wanting to get hold of this one. Hedgerow hair, different scene, same character, but again a pairing. Maybe you're wanting to create an art quilt and you're wanting more than one panel. Well, here you go, it's a perfect opportunity for you to do so. It's the same sort of size as the owl panels that we saw earlier on at $11.99, so nice combination if you fancy breaking it up. So 197036. Another lovely item to share with you, and this is brilliant. If you're wanting this one, then you've got the different elements again, like we saw with the owls, but different elements of the different hairs there. So cute. Oh, they're beautiful. $14.99, really good size panel as well, 30 centimetres by 75, so 356186. But if you're looking for inspiration, well, you don't need to look any further than this. This one is where you've got those gorgeous landscape in textiles, inspiration by our lovely Kate herself there. So if you're not too sure where to get started, then this is certainly the place to get started. It's a 40-page book, so lots of information there, lots of wonderful ideas, landscapes in textiles there, so giving you an idea of how you can work with those lovely panels that Kate has produced for us. Freedom price there, just at £13.49. And of course, if you're adding that into your flexi order, it works out at just an extra £7.75p. So absolute bargain. Not £6.75p actually, isn't it? I'll do the maths. Yes, yeah, I think it is. There you go. 057643 if you're wanting to get hold of those. Now, we're coming back. Obviously, we want to see some demonstrations of these fabulous panels. So over to you.
Thank you. Right. Okay, so what I want to talk to you today about is how to use your church owl and make it into the kit. So as I said, you've got everything you need here, you've got the background, you've got all the elements. So moving that to one side, I've already cut this into the two sections here. So that's the background I'm going to be working on, and then here are the elements that I need. Now what's important is using the fusible web that's included in your kit. And the felt. So the felt is what we're working onto, and then we've got a fusible web which is very, very fine, and it doesn't have any paper on, so that's just literally ready to go, and that fits onto the felt like so. Now what you don't want to do is put your iron on that, because you'll make a huge mess. So that's ready to pop on there. Just be a little bit careful. If it is a bit bigger, then just trim it, okay? Because, again, you want to try and protect your own ironing surface. So that's going to go onto the felt. And then on top, we're going to put our background piece of fabric. So just line it all up. And what I tend to do, not use that, that's my bonder web, is to use paper left over from the fusible webs. And then that actually helps to protect everything. So I'm just going to pop this on here. Actually, I can put it onto the ironing board, so I know that you'll be able to see that. So I'll have to put half of that on there. And then you need your iron on a dry heat, and it's a medium hot. So if you find that it hasn't stuck very well, then run the iron over it again, but turn it up, because you do need that to bond, and it will bond very, very firmly once the iron is at the right setting. So I'll just move that along. So I'd work over the whole surface, just fairly slowly. You need to allow the iron to be on each section for 5 to 10 seconds at least. So
sometimes we're a little bit too speedy with this, aren't we?
It's about, well, that's it, and I'm just as guilty. I do exactly the same, actually. So yeah, you just need to kind of be a little bit patient and just really, really make sure it's glued. Now, I think you get the picture, so I don't need to do all of that, but you can see there now where it's begun to stick on that side. So I just need to carry on that, and I'd go over the whole surface. Let's put that to one side for a minute, and then we've got the piece that we're actually going to cut up.
Okay.
So here we're going to use the paper-backed fusible. Now, if you've never used this before, it's got the smooth paper side and a slightly rougher side. The rough side is the glue. So that's what you want to attach to your piece of work. So again, if I move this over, and I'll just for the moment concentrate on just the window here. So make sure that fits, and there's no overlap onto the ironing board. If you're not sure, just put something protective underneath your work, but otherwise you end up with glue all over the ironing board, and frequently over your iron as well, which is...
But we've all been guilty of that one, haven't we?
We have, yes, and I frequently am. And I know it sounds awful, but actually I've got to the stage where I tend to buy quite cheap irons because it's easier to start with a new iron every so often. So it's, yes, not really very good, but... So there we go.
Sometimes you can get like a Teflon or other... I think there's other brands.
It is a Teflon, yes, yes, absolutely, yes. And they are brilliant. Yeah. They are brilliant, actually. So there we go. So I'm just spending a bit of time. And what happens is that actually goes very slightly more see-through when it's really, really stuck. So that's quite a useful little tip, actually. So again, I'd be working over the whole of this to really make sure it's all...
So is this making the fabric a little bit firmer?
It is indeed, yes, it does. And in fact, when you come to cut... you've got a choice. Now, let's just turn that over a minute. Now, it's not all done because I haven't done that side yet, but you can see there where it's begun to be stuck. Okay. And you can just iron it again if you want on the front, just to be really, really sure it's all bonded really well. So at this point, you've got a choice. Let it cool down, whatever you do, because the paper always comes off so much easier if it's cool.
Okay.
So that's one really important tip. But if you've got something like the owls, I tend to leave the paper on because I just think it helps give you a really crisp edge when you're cutting.
Okay.
However, if you've got lots of small fiddly things like the leaves, then I would actually tend to take the paper off the backing first and then cut.
Okay.
Because it can be a real pain getting the paper off every little piece. So
some good tips.
There we go. So we've got that is cool. And what I would be doing next then is with a pair of scissors. I mean, I nearly always end up using my large scissors, which is a bit silly. I'm just going to cut that roughly to start with.
Lovely, and there you go, you can see.
There we are.
And I like this because you've maximised the area. You've got as much as you possibly could on that panel.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, there's no point in having the waste, is it? Because otherwise, what's going to happen to that? It's just going to end up in the bin, isn't it? So it's nice not to have any waste. And the reason why I've got coloured backgrounds behind all of it, particularly like the owl here, is that then it doesn't matter so much if you don't cut completely accurately.
That's a good point.
Because that means, you'll still get a tone in colour behind the each panel. So, and again, here I've got this, this sort of greyish colour, which could just look like stone. So if I just
now,
finish
while you're
cutting this
continuing
out.
to cut that out, shall I show everybody the panels? Because we've got choices with regards to this, because of course, lovely Kate's working with the church window with the owl on there, and this is the panel that she's working with. So don't forget, as Kate mentioned, you are getting all of those components in there. So the minute this arrives, you can get that fusible backing on your fabrics. You can get crafting with this one. You've got the felt in there as well to give it obviously that little kind of spongy feel, which is key when you are looking at doing your textile art with regards to getting the texture in there. So when you've created with this one, this might be the way that you're putting it together, but because you've got the different components, you can decide how it comes together. So if you're wanting to use it in a different way, then that's okay. It's your panel, you decide. But then your second choice with this one are the young owls, and these ones are so sweet. It might be that you're crossing over and you're actually using these alongside the church window. You can do it. It's entirely up to you. They're your pieces, and I think lots of you will be going for both of these, because when you realise just how much you are getting if you're going for both of those sets, really does give you a lot of scope. Again, with this one, you're going to get your panel, you're going to get your your kind of fusible webbing with this one. Two different types as well, because of the different ways you're going to be working with this, and of course the felt. All you really need to do is to add in your sewing and your time, and then you're going to get those wonderful results. They're £34.99, and they come with full colour instructions as well, so that's the key thing. So if you really don't know where to get started, then don't worry. It's like having Kate at home alongside you, and very comprehensive instructions. Full colour, as you can see, there are loads of photographs there to help you step by step, right the way through to your final results, as you can see there. And of course, some other little ideas there I've got for you as well. So £34.99 if you're wanting yours. How are you getting on over there, Kate?
Okay, so I've literally done a couple of pieces here to show you. So here's the window cut out, and what you'll need to do is remove the paper backing if you haven't already. So one tip is actually just to score it with a pin or a small pair of scissors, and it just makes taking it off so much easier.
Oh gosh,
so,
yeah.
Because it can sometimes just be a bit of a fiddle getting the paper off. So here we are. There we are. So that's all bonded, and that's ready to put in place. So I'm just going to pop that about there.
That's so brilliant. I mean, it looks like it's all part of the same piece.
It's great, isn't it? So it just fits in really nicely there. But as I said, you can move things around a bit. I mean, that happens to just fit nicely into the corner there. And then by the time you started cutting all your bits of ivy and everything, then you can decide where they're going to go. Let's just pop that there for a moment. And then I would just carry on with all my other pieces here. Just spend time cutting them out really, really carefully and beginning to place them on.
Now, do you iron them in place as you go, or do you tend to kind of wait?
Exactly. Well, I would tend not to iron until I've got everything on, so I can really play around with the ideas and decide what I want. However, I perhaps wouldn't iron the owl on particularly until I've done some stitching. So I think what I'd do now is I'd get my window, I'd get the ivy in, and I'd stitch. So I would now spend a bit of time going around, maybe doing the windows, really embellishing as I want to. I can stitch into this, or I could just stitch just a few places.
Like a nice stipple stitch there, isn't it?
Yeah, you could have a lot of fun. And in fact, if you're not very confident with your free motion, it's quite a good way way to have a bit of a practice.
Well, it's a good way to kind of practice in what I call a productive way, because
Yes.
you've got something at the end of it
Absolutely.
that you can savour. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So you're going to end up with this wonderful picture. I'd always say just bring things in just a little fraction from your edges, because it's designed that there's just enough to fold over. So when you finish this, you may well be wanting to fold your design just at the edge, or you might be adding a binding or whatever. So always just bear in mind with your designs that you don't want things going right up to the edge of what you're doing. But yeah, so that's basically how I'd get on with this one.
Very effective. Now, the pieces that we've got here obviously been created and put onto board, but I'm guessing with these, Kate, if you wanted to make them into a cushion, then you could do quite easily.
No reason why not. It would work for a cushion, it would work for a bag, it'd be lovely on a bag. So I think there's lots and lots of things you could do with it.
I love it. I'm going to let you get ready for your next demonstration. Brilliant. And let me just show you, these ones have been created as pictures. So, of course, the stringing at the back there, all explained within your instructions to give you the most incredible artwork. 2 pieces for you to choose from there, your church owl and your young owls as well. So 320-437, £34.99 if you're wanting to take advantage of those as well. Now, we have got the most incredible design to share with you next. It's a majestic design. Those outstretched wings really do capture that beautiful bird there in flight, as you can see. Now, again, this is another one where you are going to have a panel, you're going to have all the components, but you decide how you want to bring it together. Might be that you're bringing in elements from other panels, because you don't have to use them just as they are, but with this particular one, you have got everything. So let's start off with the gorgeous scene. So again, printed onto the most incredible fabric, so you've got a good base to start with. You can see that meadow, there absolutely loads of space there for you to add all your stitch detail in there. Maybe a little bit of hand embroidery. It doesn't have to be a machine embroidery project if you don't want to. Could be that you're bringing in little beads, maybe taking inspiration from your Rowan Dean kits. The moon, if you've got any elements left over, perhaps from your Rowan Dean kits, you could be adding a few of those organza pieces to that maybe. Again, the amount of detail that you've got and the opportunity to enhance these with detail really is endless, because you've got so much within there. Now again, this is one of the ones where you've got a kit, so you've got some additional bits and pieces, including your instructions. So again, if you need a little bit of guidance, don't worry, Kate has thought of that. It's all in there, again with your full colour photographs, as you can see, and the all-important templates that will allow you to create the different components that will come together to create your beautiful piece. Now I'm sure you will use these over and over again, because of course they're kind of the basic shapes to build up your textile art. So absolutely beautiful with regards to this one, and you're going to get some instructions on how to actually finish your project and get it ready to hang up. And you're also going to get your additional bits and pieces that we spoke of previously, things like your felt, things like your fuse and web in there as well, and it's all beautifully packaged. So if you are buying this as a gift for somebody, you don't have to worry that they've not seen the show, because they've got everything they need within there. Or maybe you'll be making it to give as a gift to somebody. How amazing would that be? It's 870-8899, very affordable. 2 flexi buys are £20 each, so do make sure you're popping that one into your basket. And of course that opens up your flexi order, so any of those other things we're chatting about, you can add those in as well. Might be nice to add one of these in, because these are so cute. Now these are just panels, so we've got a couple of options with regards to these. There are different item numbers with these ones. First one is your little owl. So with these, you've got your panel again, which is going to give you your little owls, and you're actually getting 2 pairs of owls with regards to this one. And of course you're building up the background yourself using your own fabrics, so really delving into textile arts, using different fabrics that you've got, maybe tweeds, maybe felts, again using lighter weight fabrics if you want, your quilting cottons, maybe even cotton calico that you've painted to actually represent the different landscape with these, because you can get really involved with textile art. But this is the bit that I'd struggle with, because I can't draw a straight line with a ruler, so I've got no chance of creating something as gorgeous as this. But then, of course, you let the stitches do the talking with regards to the rest of it. I love this. Absolutely beautiful. £11.99, very affordable way for you to get hold of your panel there. It's 60 centimetres by 18 centimetres, so really good sized piece. That's 792-837 if you fancy that one. But I said that we've got a couple of different ways of getting hold of these panels, and this is the other one. I love this one. Again, it's the scene that you build up. I love this one. We've kind of gone a little more into town here, as you can see. That moon in the backdrop, they're howling. It's absolutely gorgeous. Real impact with regards to that particular one there. And the actual moon itself there has been incorporated, maybe just by using some of your own fabrics, maybe using a moon from one of the other panels. But have a look at these. Oh my goodness, this is what you call value for money. You are getting all of these. Now, you've actually got 8 owls on there. You've got the pairing of the owls together, so if you don't want to separate those up, you've got 7 different opportunities there. You've got an extra thread on that one. That's me not tidying up. But again, at the bottom of your screen, let's get rid of that on there. Let's just come off the edge of the fabric. That's the thing, though. When you're working with fabric, you've always got a thread close to hand, because there's always one stuck somewhere. And I love the backdrop of this one as well. Even that dark backdrop has almost got like a little kind of starry or snowy look to it. Absolutely beautiful. I love that little one there. Looks like he's had his feathers ruffled, that one, doesn't he? $14.99, brilliant value for money. So 097058. This one is proving to be one of your favourites during this. Over 20% of the stock has gone, and it gives you 7 different opportunities to use those on your different pieces of art. So building up your backgrounds, you're going to have loads of fun with those. Very affordably, maybe using up some of those scraps that we've all got. Too many scraps. Next one that we've got for you is almost like a project, but it could be just a piece of art. Again, it's entirely up to you. We've got options with these. Now, they're 39 centimetres square. Beautiful panels. I'll show you a couple of opportunities of how you can use these, just literally as they are. You don't need to add any extra detail to these, to be honest. They are just so gorgeous as they are. But you've got your different opportunity. I mean, have a look at these. Absolutely phenomenal. So that last one that we were looking at was the young owls and the oak tree. This particular one is your wise owl. Beautiful. Then your church owl. Now, this is going to look familiar because, of course, we have this as one of those project panels as well. And then finally, the one that you've got here is your little baby owlets. So cute. Absolutely adorable. So all of those featuring on there as well. You could use them all together, to be honest, if you wanted to do a larger quilt and use them as your kind of focal points. But here you go. Look at this. Just as a cushion. No additional fabric. You don't have to be an accomplished quilter. If textile art is one of those things that you're a little nervous of, but you're loving the artwork, and let's face it, what's not to love about these cute little faces, then this is the perfect way for you to use them just as they are, as a cushion panel, maybe using it, as we say there, in a quilt if you're wanting to, or maybe as a panel on a bag. Entirely up to you, but I think you'll agree the artwork is absolutely phenomenal. All created by the lovely Kate, using photographs as inspiration. She's fortunate to be able to be up close and personal with those owls to get those pictures. So if you're wanting these ones, choices there, $11.99, very affordable. I think you'll be coming in for more than one of those. 393760. Now, the panels that I showed you earlier on, do you remember the hair? Well, we didn't have huge quantities of these, but thank you to everybody that took advantage of these and checked your baskets out. They are now sold out, so if you did want them, sadly you need to keep a note of that item number. Keep your eye open for the schedule when we're due to see Kate back, because I'm sure that we will see those again. Guess what? Similar scenario with this particular one. Now, this one is technically sold out. That's slightly different. What that means is some of you have these in your baskets, but you're yet to check out your baskets, which means they're not yours, which means I will let people know if they do fall back into our stock. That means that other people can pick those up. And also, as well, it's a similar situation with this particular one as well. So technically sold out. So if they're in your baskets, you need to be checking your baskets out. Don't forget, after 10 minutes, they do fall back into our stock. And it's easy to forget about them being in your basket. We get drawn into the demonstrations, and before you know it, they've fallen back out and somebody else has popped them up into their basket. Now, landscapes in textiles. Now, this looks interesting. So with regards to this one, this is a 40-page book where you've got loads of ideas and loads of inspiration from the lovely Kate herself. $14.99, 057643. Freedom members, you've got a discounted price with regards to this one. Now, we're going to head back to Kate, and the book, I don't have a copy of the book here to share. I don't suppose you have a copy with you, have you?
You need to bring one, and I should have done. That was silly, wasn't it?
So tell us what we're going to find within that book.
Okay, so basically I do a lot of landscapes as art, so I make them into framed glazed pictures. So the book has got all the examples of those local landscapes. So I live in Berkshire, and a lot of them are around the south of England, basically. But they're all made from fabric. It's all using these sorts of techniques, so raw edge, applique, cut and stitched. And that's what it's about. It's all about those landscapes.
There you go. So it's worth taking advantage of. I'm sure you will have spied as well all the gorgeous pieces of art art around us. So these are the kind of things that you'll learn how to create. So taking the panels potentially and then building on these. Now, absolutely gorgeous artwork. I mean, Kate, you are so talented in this department. Beautiful, as you can see here. And whether you're just looking at putting those fabrics and putting them across a kind of like a box canvas, or whether you're turning them into something that's more usable as a cushion or something like that, then you can see absolutely good. And I love the detail that you've got with these. Absolutely beautiful. I love that funky fabric in the background of this particular piece as well. Love it. There you go. So the book will inspire you, I'm sure, to create your beautiful pieces in a similar sort of start to Kate, with all of her experience there as well. So Kate, back over to you. What have we got demo-wise?
All right, so I wanted to show you how to use some of the owls from the panels. Now there's the 2 panels, and I'm going to concentrate on the little owls. And I must tell you that these were photographed from the little owls at the Feathers and Furs Falconry Centre.
Okay.
And the 2 owls are called Pip and Squeak. Oh. And I just think that's so sweet. They are the most gorgeous little owls, they really are. So yes, I took a lot of photographs when I was there, and that really has been the basis of what I've done. So I'm going to use those as my inspiration. And so this is basically building up a picture from scratch. So again, I've got my felt background, I've bonded a piece of blue fabric onto it, okay? And then I thought, right, let's see what I can do with that. So I thought I'd have a really big moon in this one.
Ooh, nice.
So I'm going to start with a huge moon. Now, I found I didn't have a piece of fabric that was quite the right colour. So I just used white fabric, and then I watered down a fabric paint or an ink would do. Really, really, really watered down.
Okay.
And then just dabbed it on to make the sort of pale grey blotches.
It's like the little
I
craters.
have to say, I did experiment. I was actually trying out tea and coffee to see whether that would work, but it's a bit brown. I don't recommend brown. But anyway, so if you've got a black and you just water it down. So that's going to be my moon. And again, that's currently bonded, so I would just need to scratch that and remove the paper backing.
So any particular fabrics that you suggest to people when they're working with their textile art? Or can it be any fabrics?
It can be any fabric, yes, absolutely. I do tend to work a lot with cottons, cotton poplins for this sort of thing. Not synthetics generally, but a cotton is the ideal thing.
Okay.
I'm very fond of actually dyeing my fabrics as well. But you know what? There's some really fabulous fabrics out there which are batik style, and they work brilliantly for this sort of project. So there are lots of things that you can buy actually.
Wonderful.
So anyway, so I've got my moon, and then I need my 2 little owls. So from that panel, I've cut out the 2 owls, and they're going to go somewhere across there. And then actually here we are. This is a batik. This is just a brown batik fabric, and I've cut out a nice branch for them to sit on. So I'll just be playing around with things here and deciding how I want it to look, but it might go something along these lines. And this has already been bonded, and maybe another one at the top here. So let's go up to the top like that. It's a bit, it's not as fast as it was because I had to scrunch it up to carry it here.
Yeah,
so
it looks amazing.
But yes, it would all be ironed. That's that's what I love about this technique, because if it's all bonded, it just all irons down. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. So there we go. So I then think about where my owls are going to go. So something along those lines. And then leaves. I need lots of leaves. So I thought with this particular tree, I was thinking beech tree really, and I've just cut out lots of leaves to get going, and that's what's going to begin to bring it to life. So all of these pre-bonded, and that's where I was saying sometimes if you do bond a piece of fabric, take the paper off first, because actually it makes life an awful lot easier when you're then doing things like leaves, because they're all ready to go, and you haven't got that fiddly thing about peeling the paper off every single piece. And so I would just spend a bit of time adding lots of leaves, and I might even need to
builds up the design when you start bringing those in. I mean, that was just a few moments ago, just the blue fabric.
So, but that's the great thing, isn't it, with this, because you can use all sorts of bits and pieces you've got at home, any scraps,
This is the thing, everything that you've got turns into a usable piece, because we all keep scraps, don't we, in the smallest amounts, and we just can't bear to part with them, because we paid good money for our fabrics. And
I throw very little away. It's amazing. It all gets used. It really does.
And recycling as well. This is the thing, if you've got something that's damaged and you can't kind of gift it to the local charity shop, which at the moment we can't do anyway, but it's a way of reusing reutilising, repurposing things that we've already got.
Yes. Yes, exactly. No, it's you know, everything's useful in some shape or form, and that's really nice because, you know, in this day and age, you know, you don't want to be wasting stuff, do you? And it's, if you can reuse it. But I mean, what quilter doesn't go out and buy yet more fabric? You know,
well,
they all have
help
a
ourselves,
stack, don't they? So anyway, I would just carry on adding bits and pieces until I've you know, built up my design. You know, it's. You know, I could really have a bit more fun with that. I don't know. I'm having that one up there.
Love it. Okay.
And just carry on. So I'm just composing my picture, but I've stuck with a very, very simple idea because I'm only using the blue, the brown, and the white of the moon. So you know, I didn't want to introduce lots of colours. But you can see that, you know, you know, just use a plate, draw around, you know, for your moon fabric, and then start cutting a few bits and pieces, and you can build up.
Can you work on this in stages? So, for instance, if you wanted to do some free motion work on the moon, could you do that before you start applying?
Yeah, you could, and actually, you're right. It's probably much more sense to do that actually. So just get your moon on. It does make it easier because otherwise you've got this tricky thing where you're having to stitch and stop and stitch and stop. So yes, particularly with this, you're right. I think I would.
Think that far in advance, do you? Sometimes
yeah.
I know that much.
I'm terrible.
I
get totally carried away with just making it, and then think, oh, it would have been so much easier if I'd stitched some of that first.
Next time you think, next time you do exactly the same thing. So you just literally put a pressing cloth over the top, press that in place, and then stitch your details.
Absolutely, that's ready to iron, and then I would be ready to stitch.
Love it. There you go. Explained beautifully. Thank you, Kate. So there you go. How effective is that? And that's the sort of thing you could be doing with the panels that we've got here. So very affordably. I mean, at $11.99. So you get hold of that panel with those birds on there. The owls, absolutely beautiful. You're actually getting two pairings of the owls as well. So you're getting two opportunities. So whether you're going to have a go and maybe you're not completely happy with your result, then you've got a spare there, as you can see. But I think you will realise that when you're building up the scene with your fabrics, it could be that you're hand painting a scene. Maybe you've got a photograph of a scene that you're wanting to replicate on your cotton calico, and then you're building it up and then you're adding the characters afterwards. Or maybe you're going to be doing that painting with fabric, because you can do that very, very easily. Very effective. Now, 60% of the stock has gone. It's a very affordable way for you to get hold of a gorgeous artwork there, all printed on your cotton poplin, so a perfect weight for you to either hand embroider or machine embroider, whichever you so choose. So 792837. Now we've got another panel for you, which I think is phenomenal value for money, because you've got 8 beautiful little characters featuring on this panel, and here you can use them in a whole variety of ways. And I love this one. Kate's chosen kind of like a scene, a village or a town scene with this one, where you can almost imagine late at night that owl going right up to the top of those rooftops to look down and see everything that's going on. Love the illumination of the windows there. Just a little bit of yellow fabric. Very, very effective. But the panel itself, you are getting loads. So you can see you've got 7 different designs in here, 2 of the owls together. So if you did want to separate those up, you could give you 8 different pieces then. But these are brilliant because you can use these in your own little projects, similar to what we've seen, building up your own background, creating the most incredible scene, or maybe you're just going to add them as a panel to a bag or a quilt. It's entirely up to you. The fact that you're getting so much for your $14.99, I think, is amazing. So 64 centimetres by 30 centimetres, a really good sized piece. Lots of ideas with regards to that one. And of course, if you fancy getting hold of yours, 097058. Just one more thing to share with you, and you are loving these. I'm not surprised though. I mean, they're gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Got lots of options with regards to these as well. You've got the beautiful artwork from Kate there, as you can see, all printed again on your cotton poplin, so perfect if you're wanting to add additional detail to it, but absolutely beautiful if you're wanting to use them just as they are. I mean, the kind of the glossiness that you've got in the eyes without the actually being glossiness there. It's very, very clever. Beautiful artwork. That one was your young owls. The next one is your wise owl, and as you can see here, a bit of a darker backdrop with this one. I mean, loads of opportunities for you to add your free motion work, your bead detail, get lots of kind of gorgeous kind of texture and textiles in with that kind of foreground there, the grasses. Maybe an opportunity for a little bit of hand embroidery. Or maybe you'll go for the church owl. Now the church owl, I love the kind of, it's not brickwork, but the stonework that you've got around the window there. Beautiful if you fancy having a little dabble at free motion. And of course, you'll recognise that one from the first set that we were looking at earlier on. And then your last set there, oh, they've jumped up a little bit there. The little cute ones, the little baby owlets. So sweet. That fluffiness captured there absolutely beautifully. Now, of course, these are ready to go just as they are. I mean, Kate's just shown us how amazing simple cushion could be just by taking them and insetting them. And this is just edge to edge, so there's no additional extension of the fabric, but of course you could add a bit of sashing in there if you want to make them even larger. Lovely idea of going for all of them together and creating a really wildlife style quilt if you're wanting to, or maybe a series of 4 pictures. Absolutely beautiful. All the same size at 39 centimetres, so making it nice and easy. And there's your cute little owlets on the back there. Adorable. 373760. Now we're going to go back over to Kate because you've got the machine ready. What are we up to?
Okay, yeah. So what I want to do is just show you a little bit of stitching on the young owls here. The background for this one was actually a local landscape. So I love going out for walks, and this was a photograph I'd taken not so far from where I live. But I tend to put elements together. So the fence was, I had to go out and photograph fences. So I photographed the fence somewhere else, and then I sort of combine the elements and then decide what's going to work with the owls. So here are the 2 young owls in the middle of this picture. So I just want to talk to you about some free motion stitching. So here I've actually got the machine set up with a free motion foot, which is a ring, and sometimes they're like a ring, a hoop, or they can be a horseshoe shape as well, ready for free motion stitching. The other thing that you'd need to do with free motion is that you actually need to drop the feed dog, which is the teeth underneath. So I've got a little lever here, and then that makes the feed dog go down. Now I've got to balance on one foot for this. It's going to be interesting. So see if I can manage to balance. What I've got, let's just talk about some threads. With the owl, I've already got the white in the machine actually. I'll get another white. So I would want to choose some of the colours here that really go with the owl. So this lovely sort of warm butterscotchy sort of colour, the white, darker bits and pieces. So, you know, you might want to really go to town on this and actually have quite a few different shades in your stitching.
Do you have to stick to a particular type of thread? I mean, I think of like rayon threads with embroidery and cotton threads. Does it matter?
Yeah. Not entirely. Do you know what? I use anything. I use what I've got to hand. However, there are top stitch threads which are thicker, and the nice thing about those is that then they just show up more. So if you really want a detail, then use a top stitch thread, because that will just give it a little bit more definition. But you know, these are all just fairly ordinary. These cottons. Yeah, these are cottons. But I do use a mixture. I will use whatever I have to hand.
Go by the colour more so than the actual thread itself. Yeah.
Well, particularly at the moment. I mean, you know, sometimes it's difficult to get to the shops, isn't it?
True.
So you just have to, you know, you have to make do with what you've got. So anyway, I've got my machine set up currently with a white. So I'm just going to balance on one foot. Hang on a minute, let's move that down. Right. See if I can make this work. So putting my foot down. Take it slowly. You don't have to do something like this at top speed. So just, you know, get used to it sewing not too fast at the moment. But what I want to do here is to kind of highlight the feathers.
Drawing with the needle.
Drawing,
really,
exactly,
isn't it? Yeah.
yes. So.
And I guess if you are new to free motion work, just do a little bit of a practice piece before you get
Definitely worth having a practice beforehand. Yes, I would set up just a similar piece of fabric and felt, so you've got a similar weight before you're working, and then just have a go. So I'm hoping you can see that what I'm doing there is I'm moving the whole piece of fabric just, you know, around so that, as you just said, Hayley, I am drawing with the needle to get the effect I want.
It's quite a strange concept when you go on to free motion work from your traditional sewing, because it's kind of the freedom. We're so used to going in straight lines, really.
Yes, that's right, yeah. Oh, once you've done it a few times, you know, you get a bit addicted because you realise just what the potential is, and, you know, the fact you can go in any direction.
That's it.
Just
and one of the top tip from me as as well, if you are getting started with your free motion work, one of the things that I used to always introduce in the class is just get a piece of calico or a fabric that you don't like, because we've all got one of those that we bought in a bundle that came with the bundle. And then, as Kate said, then make up your layers with your felt and write your name, because sometimes it's difficult for you to switch your brain from thinking of it as a sewing formation, as a drawing formation, and you are literally taking the machine and writing your name as you would do with a pencil, and then do things like flowers or butterflies, or even draw a design and follow that round, and then go straight onto your panel then and start working from there. And some of the stitches, you kind of just doodle, don't you? It doesn't matter if you cross over.
I
and
don't
things
think
like
it
that.
matters at all. Honestly, I don't think there's any right or wrong with free motion. You know, there's a lot of people say, oh, you know, it should look really, really neat and no crossed lines, but it's what works for you. If it's what you want on your design, it's right.
Exactly. There's only one way, and it's your way, and that makes it the right way. Incidentally, if you want an inspiration from Kate, lots of you have been going for that book. These are now limited in stock, so you're not going to have many more opportunities to get hold of it. So don't forget, you've got 40 pages in there, all put together by lovely Kate with her artwork, with her experience, all coming together as well. £14.99. The stock that we've got is it, so please don't expect extended delivery with this one. We don't have it available. So if it's something that you're wanting, you really need to be popping it in your baskets, and more importantly, checking your baskets out. 057643 is that all important item number. Make sure you get it into your basket as soon as you possibly